Peachy's catchphrase.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Table Stories Warped, the official stream of the What's Old is New RPG. How's it going? Welcome to the Streamer to Stram. How you doing today, everybody? How's it going?
I'm good. I said it first. I win.
Hooray! You get inspiration.
XP.
System whack.
Inspiration. Yes, it's the wrong
won,
system.
so you get to do the recap. That's
Wrong.
what.
Yeah.
Wrong system.
That's your prize.
So, welcome to the stream, everybody. We will be using mature language, so prepare yourself accordingly, however it is that you do that. Lubricate yourself in whatever liquids are required, etc., etc. We do space opera sci-fi here, and we are the official channel of the What's Old is New RPG. If you guys are curious about the What's Old is New RPG, you can head on over to woinrpg.com, where you can learn all different kinds of stuff about it. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a either a sort of sci-fi space opera kind of setting, especially if you like to do, I think the system sort of lends itself towards a sandboxy kind of feel. It works really well for that. And there's 3 different sort of settings. You have n.e.w, which is the modern kind of setting, and you've got OLD, which is a sort of, I think, sort of typical kind of fantasy RPG kind of setting with some really cool magic and spell mechanics. So you should check that out for that. Also, if you want to help support the show, one of the best ways you can do that is to go support Morris, our lovely sponsor. He has himself a podcast as well as a Patreon, where you can go check out various role-playing things that he talks about, his many years of experience role-playing, and running the enworld.org website. You can check that out at patreon.com/Morris, Morrus, and over the at the Podbean, morris.podbean.com, where you can check out the podcast. And that's probably the best way that you can support us, is going to support Morris. He's a great guy, and he's put up with so much of our crap. It's insane, really. You'd think that somebody has a threshold for levels of crap. Morris is he's legendary god tier level on that, especially just purely for dealing with Peachy. That's.
I mean, at this point, I just assume he mutes every time I talk.
Yeah.
Otherwise-
He's got like a cough
Speak
button.
shut down. Okay.
He's got a cough button, and it's just got your face on it.
Speaking of cough button, every time Goobers coughed last night, and you were just like, Goobers, why?
He wouldn't mute. He just wouldn't mute his mic. I'm like, Goobers, what the fuck are you doing? Just mute your goddamn microphone if you're going to die. Please. Nobody wants to hear your death throes.
Just die quietly, will you? For God's sake.
They have like this horrible smoke that's rampaging across Washington State right now, and it's from all these forest fires and everything, and it's like a hazard, like it's really bad. And he's like, this smoke might be really bad, like before the show, and I'm like, Goobers, just mute your fucking microphone, dude, please, for the love of God. He's coughing like Brad does directly into the mic. It's pretty awful. But yeah, so why don't we get to it? Why don't we go around and introduce our players and their characters, and let's hop into it. Let's get into it. Why don't we start off with Bobby? Why don't you get us started, please?
Sounds good. What's up, guys? I'm actually probably follow here on Twitch. Here, though, I play Captain Braxton McQuaid and a couple other interesting people, so you could say. Interested in seeing what will happen today. Finally getting into the trade dispute. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. Missed you guys last week, and let's play.
Thank you very much. Pony.
Hello. I'm Pale, but you can call me Pony. You can find me on Pony Punch on Twitch, and I play your favorite game every single day. I play RA9. I almost forgot. Jesus Christ.
Hello.
RA9, Daniel, and happy fun time here on the show. So let's get into it.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And Simply.
Hi, my name is Simply Jackson, or Simply Jackson, or just Leslie if you want to call me that. I'm a variety broadcaster here on Twitch. I've been playing World of Warcraft to catch up. I held off on BFA for a whole week, man. And now I'm experiencing it with audience. So if you want to catch up on that, come and hang out. Play Warframe 2. I make art. I've got so many commissions I've got to do, and it's extremely overwhelming. But I just got back from Seattle, and all I can dream about is flannel and coffee. So
that is the definition of Seattle. So I mean that's where those things were invented.
It was so much fun though. Like it was such a good trip. But yeah, the smoke up there is awful. Like awful. They were like, it's breathing the air is like breathing 7 cigarettes. It was just like great. Perfect.
Yeah,
Vacation.
Blue Jay had a mask. She bought a mask with a little filter in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But here on Warped, I play Ruby Tootie, our chief medical officer, and Boker, a captured ogre, which I think everybody is just like, just get rid of it. So, and Boker is like gonna make her way into people. We're gonna hang out. It's gonna be great as long as she gets her Warhammer. So, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Zagoticus?
Speaking of masks, I rewatched The Mask a couple weeks ago because I felt like it. Movies back then were just so...
You ruined it. You could have said because I gotta. But you
No,
didn't.
I didn't. I didn't want to. I can't do it justice. Anyway, I play Jimmy Marenton, who is the chief engineer, and also Theodore Medrin, who is a diplomat and is helping resolve this silly little dispute, and is supremely confident you can get it fixed.
Thank you. You know what's interesting about masks is that the comic book, the original comic book, it had several iterations of it, and it was way more violent than what was portrayed for the movie. And I can't imagine anybody else but Jim Carrey playing the Mask. And then what's his name jumped into the Son of the Mask or whatever that second movie was. I didn't even watch it. Like Jamie Kennedy starred in like the next movie, and it was just.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was terrible.
I'd never watched it.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Yeah, it was. See, everybody said it was just an abomination, and it's so weird. Like I can't imagine Jim Carrey not playing Stanley Ipkiss.
Son of the
Like,
Mask.
yeah.
That's what it was with the baby.
yeah.
Oh my god, that was horrendous and terrifying.
I just looked at it in IMDb. It's got 2.2. out of 10.
Wow, those are like Peachy's favorite movies. Speaking of which, Peachy.
The fuck. My favorite movies are good because I hate all movies. I hate movies. I don't like movies. You know your favorite movie is shit. Your favorite game that Pony is playing tomorrow? Terrible.
No!
I'm Peachy Pixelate. I will be playing Neil Beige, Perfect Forward, and Jetator today. Well, maybe then. I'll definitely play Neil today. That's for sure. And maybe others. And I'll be streaming your most hated game tomorrow.
Which is that F1
City Skyliner.
Oh my god, F1 is so good.
That
It's the best.
F1 racing game that
Like
you're playing.
racing games, this is the one. Holy shit. it's
I don't want to talk shit about what people like for video games unless it's Peachy. That's the only time that I feel that I feel
Welcome to the
okay about it.
gatekeeping show.
Yeah. It's okay. Peachy and I are like best friends. I can shame him and humiliate him and not feel remorse.
Oh, you'll make him cry if you tell him he's gonna.
Know about my diary.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so go check everybody out. If you haven't done so, please make sure you follow all these wonderful people. I'm Wise Steven. I am the GM of Doom, and I will be dragging these guys kicking and screaming through the adventure today in space. Everyone here is a part of the Alliance of Solar Systems and Planetary Orbital Organizations. They are currently on a diplomatic mission to Vendelier, where they are trying to resolve a trade dispute between the Venetians and the Boreans, who have, a potential major conflict developing as the Boreans have a vested interest in continuing mining a moon known as Shoku that satellites around the main Vendelier planet. It's a singular resource for special psi-activated crystals that are used throughout the Alliance and other places in the galaxy. And the Venetians have a monopoly on them here. The Boreans don't exactly like what's been going on, and they're looking to change their contract now that it has expired. The Venetians are unhappy with this, and a trade dispute has erupted. The players are aboard the Alliance of Solar Systems and Planetary Orbital Organization's ship known as the Explorer, and they are currently here to help try and resolve the trade dispute. Without any sort of judgment being passed, they're here to try and help resolve things amicably. They've had a few problems along the way, namely some Ogron pirates that they ran into that they tried to transport to Vendelier, but with a few transporter malfunctions, things quickly went to hell in a handbasket. They transported the Ogrons into the wrong room, and some Venetians were critically injured in the fight that occurred. They tried their best to resolve it, calling on the aid of the diplomat that they have aboard the ship, Theodore Medrin. And he's been trying to learn as much as he can about the situation and advise Captain McQuaid and the rest of the crew as best as he can. Last session, which was 2 weeks ago, we unfortunately missed last week. We actually had a few absences. What's funny, I totally forgot that Pony wasn't going to be here last week, and simply went on vacation for a week. And I was also not feeling well, and I could have blamed both Simply and Pony for being the sole reason that the show was canceled last week, but I forgot.
You're too kind-hearted.
It was just a missed opportunity.
Blame them, or?
I forgot to blame them. It was a missed opportunity. I could have shunted the responsibility to them, and I feel bad about that. Anyway. Last session, the characters were, they were trying to, sort of get some more information, so that they could exploit what they know about the Venetians and the Boreans. Theodore Medrin was doing his best to assist with things from his own, from his own chambers. What I'd like, Diplomat Medrin, is for you to please roll me a logic check plus... See what skill you've got here that will help you. I would like you to roll me a logic check plus your bureaucracy. You're very, very contemplative today.
Oh, yes, sorry. Am I using a library or data network?
You are.
Yes. So sorry, it was my logic plus.
Your logic plus bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy. Okay.
You are currently trying to look up any past experiences in Venetian culture where a contract ended and new negotiations were made.
I had no luck die.
Okay.
Let's see what I get. Ooh, 25.
25 on a 66. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. So, what you notice is that in most Venetian history, contracts have proceeded in a way where they are essentially renewed with very little renegotiations. The way that renegotiations work with the Venetian people has to do with the basically the people that are trying to renegotiate. It's very much the person that is trying to be the aggressor is seen as the person that is responsible to move negotiations forward. So, what you gather from that is that the trade dispute that's happening right now is very peculiar. Because, according to their own customs, the way that the Boreans are handling everything makes sense. You found, we'll say, 5 different occurrences in recent history with major contracts that have been done just between the Venetian people themselves. Maybe the small population of non-Venetians that are on Vendelier, which is a very small amount. I think it's about 5% or something. But you found 5 separate occurrences of this, and it's very peculiar to you. It doesn't really make sense. Something else seems to be at work here. That's what you get from this.
Okay.
You don't know what that is, but your suspicions have started to take over. Now, while you've been doing this, everybody else has been interacting with a potential new crew member. There's been a lot of contention between the crew. Neil has been the main proponent to getting the singular Ogron passenger aboard the ship to join as part of the crew. Captain McQuaid has been very reticent for just reasons, frankly, the Ogrons have not done well with the Alliance in the past. It's been a difficult road. I have to admit, I don't remember where we ended up with Bokur after the last episode. Captain McQuaid, how have you been sort of dealing with this at this point? Neil has been rather insistent on this whole thing, and I know that Bokur had it had been mentioned that Bokur required quite a bit of perfuming.
Yeah, I would have had. There were a few things that Bokur would have had to have, agreed to if they were to join the crew, like hygiene, how they act. There's certain interactions and protocol that they have to follow. So as long as Bokur followed that, I more or less am okay with it. Surprisingly, I like that sort of diversity on the ship. The fact that we have Zebu as our helmsman, the Ogron, I enjoy this. So that's I like it. So
okay, and Bokur's main deal, I believe, was retrieving her hammer. That was kind of the stipulation. So I think that was the sticking point for everybody here. So I don't know where you've where you've landed on the fence here, Captain McQuaid.
Would that have gotten pushed to me, or is that something that would have been held by?
It's in the armory. It's in the armory. It's your decision, I guess, as to what happens with it.
And in the request, would there have been a request to have her get this back? Does she really want this back?
She's been pretty adamant about it. That's her main stipulation, is that she's willing to do everything else except for the hammer.
You are asking her questions.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I tried to intimidate her, and I failed.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. I totally forgot. Yeah.
She was like, I don't want to kill anyone.
Yeah, and then it just completely failed. Yeah, so I kind of walked out of there in a hurry. So when I would have gotten the paperwork, I suppose probably from Neil regarding Bokur, I would have signed off on it as long as, Boker agreed to the hygiene and all those things. I also would have allowed Boker to have her weapon in her quarters, but it's not part of protocol for, your equipment layout. You can't go walking around the ship while on duty with your hammer. So, but aside from that, she can have the weapon back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, continue on, Commander Beige.
Captain,
Yes, Commander.
have you finished the paperwork I left on your desk to crewman related to crewman Boker?
I just finished it actually, and I had signed it. I'm quite confused as to why you haven't switched over to, digital paperwork yet.
Yes,
that required a few weeks ago.
We have digital paperwork as well, but I like it. Digital signatures are usually just a squiggle, and I feel like that gives people an excuse to back out if a case ever went to court, for instance.
It's just as valid as if I were to sign it with my own hand.
Yes, but
From now on, all future paperwork is to be digital. You understand?
Sorry, you're breaking up there, Captain. As I
You are
said,
not. I am not breaking up. These do not break up while on ship. Okay.
There must be some sort of magnetic disturbance, Captain. Can you repeat?
No magnets. Magnets have been banned. You know this.
Captain, the ship runs off of a geomagnetic thermal drive.
Yes, that is exactly why magnets are banned from crewmen. Anybody aboard the ship cannot have personal magnets because it interferes with the magnetic coils on the ship.
Well, technically, anyone with iron in their blood creates their own magnetic field, and there would therefore be a magnet. Are you feeling okay, Captain?
I am feeling perfectly fine. When you talk about blood, does anybody say that blood is a magnet? No, magnets are banned. Blood is fine.
Why are magnets banned suddenly, Captain?
I just told you, Neil. If you don't know this is something that you need to research yourself.
Literally everything in the universe creates its own magnetic field, Captain.
Neil, I'm not having this conversation right now. All future paperwork is digital. Have a good day.
Sorry, I'm breaking up.
100% magnets are not banned. This is all just a load of shit.
Nothing would work.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking with them.
It's at this point that Captain McQuaid rearranges the magnetic letters that he's got like on.
I got them stuck on top of my monitor, and they're like altering the hue of the screen.
He rearranges them. It says like Neil is a dick or something. Like he's got those
like
little
fridge.
magnetic letters. He's just changing them around.
It's like on his mini fridge with all of his maple in it. Yeah.
So when I get the digital copy of the paperwork sent, I'm gonna print that out and take it to Boker to sign.
Okay.
Not make it.
So yeah, you have a dot matrix printer. God, Neil's recovered. He's recovered the specifications for a dot matrix printer for the replicator. Yeah, and the computer. I feel like you've had to change some of the programming. Like Jimmy, you've had to call Jimmy a few times to change some of the prompts that come up for you, Neil. You go through like several waste management prompts for like the amount of paper and stuff that you use. Like you get warnings like on a daily basis. Yeah, dot matrix printers and how much waste they consume and everything. Like it's you've gotten several notifications. So
It starts flashing.
Mr. Barrington.
Namaste, Neil.
Yes, can you override my my waste allowance again, please?
I got into trouble last time. And also, I'm still just chilling in my quarters. I don't know if I'm allowed
on a
out.
scale of getting into trouble and literally being arrested and sacked
Yeah.
for almost killing important people and then causing three of us to spend hours, literally hours, being detained basically in a room. How much trouble did you get in?
Well, I'm not gonna do that second one, am I?
So you'll override it for me then.
Can't you do it? Just
The captain has withdrawn my ability to override my waste limits.
Well, he might make me work again if I do that, and I'm enjoying my vacation time, so...
I can assure you, Jimmy, that the captain does not want you to work again.
I'ma just pass, just to be safe this one time.
What if I do you like stamps?
No.
What do you like?
Are you trying to bribe me?
No. I was just wondering what you liked.
Well, I'm sure you can find that in my personnel file. I put it in there for sure.
Jimmy, that is a lot of drugs.
I think
It just literally says a lot of drugs.
I mean, I think that's just
Written in crayon.
Anyway, I gotta go. I need to do some hit stands.
Jimmy, please.
Nah, it sounds too much like work. Later, Neil.
So, Booker, you've been staring like at your hammer. It's been Jitator and Happy Fun Time that have brought this in.
Bro, close your eyes, bro.
Wait, what?
Close your eyes, bro.
All right, dude. Okay, cool.
What you see?
Nothing.
It's my world without you, bro.
Oh, dude. Bro. Ah.
Why you play game closed eyes?
Oh, it's just like we call, yeah.
Guy stuff, you know.
Bro stuff? I bro.
Yeah.
Kind of bro.
Bro-ish.
So I close eyes, I see things too?
What do you
I don't-
see?
I don't see anything.
Yeah, and that's why you're a bro.
Bro, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your eyes closed, bro. You're not gonna see anything.
Me
This was fun.
Me not to call people little anymore, but men who smell very sweet have hairy lip face. Tell me I get out if I behave.
Who's you talking about?
It's the sweet dude.
He said he captain. So other guys say he
Oh.
captain, second captain.
You
but
guys
he's-
were really confused at first because there is a crew member, Happy Lip Face. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been weird. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we haven't got any orders. You got any orders, bro?
No, I got nothing.
Sorry, bro-ish. You got
What's
no-
bro-ish?
You're like a bro-ish. You're like on probation to be a bro.
It's like, here's a bro, here's not a bro.
But I'm like, you guys are like, and I'm like,
No, we're like up here.
Yeah, totally.
but I'm.
We're like here.
Will you ask him when I can leave? This gets very small. Nobody brought food. Toilet start to think again.
Like, we've just been told to watch you.
I mean, when they let you out, they'll tell us.
The best part is that Perfect Ford is in the toilet right now. You just see like scuba gear sticking up from the toilet. Like,
What the bloody hell you idiots talking about?
it's not plugged. It's not plugged again. He hasn't come out yet.
No, he left it before. He left.
Did he though?
Yeah, because he had kind of an argument with, I want to say, the doctor. But he's back in again, cleaning the toilet out. For sure.
Okay.
Look, what was your name, Big Love?
Poker.
Right. Just don't shit anymore.
When Poker have to poop, Poker have to poop.
Look,
You have to move.
You see this? This is a chisel, all right? When you've got to go, just cut it up a bit so we can get past the U-bend.
Poker not mess with own poop. That's disgusting. That's your job. You've been there 2 times.
It's not my bloody job, love.
You come, people say clean it. You've come. I don't. Where's the captain?
I'm the head engineer on this bloody ship, you big green bitch.
Booker is going to reach the toilet and try to pull him out.
Pull me out of the top.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a strength check. Plus your.
Look, don't look at my sheet still. Okay. I have carrying.
Sure. Go ahead and give me strength plus your carrying. And this is versus the melee defense of Perfect Ford. Luckily, Peachy does not have his sheet filled out, so this is automatically a success. You grab Perfect Ford.
Booker lifts him up, like one-handed because he's short.
It's your job. Also, where is captain? I see Boop.
And she like turns him to point him at Boop.
I see Boop.
Right?
Boop, not close to me. You keep making toilet clean. Nobody bring food. Nothing gets better. Poker really trying to be nice, as Captain requested.
You're holding my leg, aren't you? I can see it.
You're also shaking him around, so the shit's getting everywhere, like all over the place. You're looking at Boop, but there's poop everywhere.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you finish job and find Captain.
Can one of you idiots bloody do something? Feed it or whatever it needs.
I'm just supposed to make sure she doesn't come out.
I think you guys are outside the cell right now trying to do like the Thor thing where you pick up fucking Mjolnir. You know?
Alright, bro, try and lift it by yourself, bro.
Well, I can't do it.
Go on, bro.
No, I can't, bro.
Right, okay. I'm gonna talk you through this, bro. Alright. Left hand on the hammer.
Yeah, both hands, right?
Right hand on the hammer.
Booker sees you trying to lift the hammer and touch it, and she gets right next to the glass, and also puts Perfect Ford right next to the glass.
It's an energy field.
Or a field, yeah.
Ah!
Whoa!
What are they doing?
Whoa, dude! Bro-ish. Put the little dude down.
It's probably not like electrocuting. It's probably like
It's happening, Wax.
it's probably like a mild static shock.
It's flowing through me right now.
Tell them to find Captain.
Why will happen?
All right, fine. Just put the plumber down. Call the cap. Hold on.
What touch?
Captain McQuaid.
Firstly, Wack, are they able to have open comms directly to the captain, or is there certain badges not have?
No, you'd get a notification. Yeah, you'd get a notification. I mean, you could turn your notifications off,
Yeah,
They
no,
get
it's
routed.
okay. Yeah. So it beeps, and then I hear that. Boop, boop. Yes, this is Captain McQuaid. What's the meaning of this?
Sup, Cat? We're down in does have fun time? The prisoner is like angry, wants to see you.
Which prisoner?
The big one.
What is happening?
The plumber was in the toilet, and now he's not.
What We don't have plumbers.
Well, he's
Plumbers
not.
haven't existed for about 200 years.
Well, somebody was picked out of the toilet.
Look, what do you see right now?
A lot of poo.
Boop, boop.
There's so much poo, bro.
Yeah, I hang up. Boop, boop. Played to beige. Sorry, Fiji.
Yes, Captain.
Really?
What?
Do you have any idea what's happening right now with your friend, Boker?
I was just gonna take the paperwork for her to sign so we can get her out of the brig.
I feel like right now what's happening is that Neil is probably like shirtless in front of the mirror, and he's got like what I feel like the toilet water for Neil has to be something along the lines of like fresh paper or something along those lines.
Musty apartment.
Freshly bound books
I was
by Calvin Klein.
just on my way, Captain.
Apparently, there's a situation with Boker and our staff.
A situation, Captain.
Yes, I'd like you to look into it. I really don't want to have to.
Yeah, well,
deal
I was
with
just on
this.
my way anyway, Captain.
Okay, well, perfect. Please take care of it and let me know what happens.
Yes, Captain.
Thank you. Boop, boop.
Yeah, so I think Diplomat Medrin, you've kind of finished up your research. I assume that the captain has basically asked you to contact him with some kind of solution for all of this as soon as possible. I think you've finished up at this point.
Yeah, I'd probably go to his ready room rather than comms him because I'm too important for a phone call.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll go there in person, waddling along, and then
Enter.
oh, hello, Captain.
Yes, Mr. Medrin.
Well, I did some digging, some research, and some reading.
Okay. What have you found? I assume your presence here has come with some new information.
Yes, well, you see, it's a little bit confusing, Captain. Typically, the way things work when negotiating with the Venetian is you say, well, it's very much like having a conversation. If you initiate it, then you're expected to push it forward. Now, as far as I can tell, that's exactly what the Boreans are doing. They are pushing forward negotiations, but, well, negotiations aren't happening, you see.
So you feel as if there's something awry with the Venetian government,
With the Venetians
the High
or
Council. What
there's something else at play, most certainly. I can't say who or what or where, but certainly there's something.
So that does make some sense. What if we keep that in mind when we have the negotiations and sort of see how they go? And
I think that's best, honestly, at this point. If we can just get a couple representatives in a room from each, and then I can sit down and talk with them, I think. I expect we could get it resolved rather easily. I think there's just something odd has happened and things haven't happened how they're supposed to. So if we come along as a moderator, the man in the middle, if you will, then perhaps we can reset, start over, and this time things will go properly.
Well,
Ideally, the Venetians would just like to renew the contract, I imagine, so...
a meeting has been set. Speaking of that, I'm going to check my data pad. Have I gotten any reply back from the Venetians and the Boreans saying that they'll attend the meeting? It's been several hours at least since I sent this.
You've gotten contacted by both parties. The Venetian representatives that you've been contacted by, members of the seniority. They are representative. This is the name of the people that represent the seniority. That come from different tribes. There you go. The Krenkantoik. That's the Venetian representatives for the seniority. And their names, I'm going to actually paste these in the chat. This is information that Theodore will basically parse for you. He breaks down their names that are broken down into tribe, family, and like their personal name. Where'd it go? Yeah, their tribe, their family, and their given names. Deal with it. Whoop. Roll 20. Why you do this? Okay. Okay. Yes. So you're contacted. These are the 3 representatives for the Venetian people that are interested in meeting with you. Tayuk Fiyu Shumi, Meru Shuta Muchu, and Laket Rai Keke Bu. So that you can tell that you got 3 different representatives from different tribes, and yeah, these are very powerful people on Vendelier. They're basically like the ruling groups. They're the leaders of their tribes. The Boreans that have reached out to you. They have much easier names. The owner of the mining establishment. Oops. And their second and third representatives. Bagaran Bigglewick, Philo Rara Chaka, and Yua Fiddlebunch.
These names are amazing.
Any of these patrons or others over yours?
No, these are mine.
No plates, sir.
So those are the people that have reached out to you. The Venetians have essentially agreed. Both parties have agreed to meet, and they're interested. The way that you've kind of posed this to them is that you'll have them meet on your ship as neutral ground.
Yeah. Now, time-wise, is it the day of the meeting? Because the meeting was set for 1:00 in the afternoon. I think it's the next day. So is it this? We're the night before the meeting, I guess.
Yeah, it would be the night before.
Okay.
Yep.
Unfamiliar with these people on this list, but they definitely seem to, I hope they carry the weight to help resolve this dispute.
Yeah, I expect to neither side, I expect, wants to waste any time. So most likely these are people who can make decisions. But as I said, I'm very confident that we can get this resolved without any real issue. I think it's blown up into something that it's at its core, it's not. You understand?
I do, but that's the issue. The fact that it has gone on for so long and that we've had to step in.
Right.
I'm unfamiliar with any previous trade dispute between allied members where an allied ship at least had to intervene and try to settle the dispute.
Yes, it's very, very uncommon. That's why I think there's something else going on, but I can't say. I can't say what it's beyond the scope of my responsibilities. You see.
Very well. What sort of approach should we take? I have a few ideas as to why they should stop, but I'm not always the most tact with such things.
Well, honestly, with negotiations, anything like this, it's all about what they want and realistically what they can have. So ideally, I'd like to sit them down and just ask them very forthright what it is that they want and what they want to happen. And once we have that down, then we can be the moderator in the middle and just say, well, this is reasonable, this is not, and just point out some of the things. That's our responsibility in all of this. Just to both sides are very charged.
Well, I assume they are. The fact that we have to step in is testament to that.
So they're often not thinking clearly or in their own best interest. It sometimes becomes, well, what can I do to hurt my opponent or to weaken their position, rather than what can I do to take negotiations forward. That's where people like myself come in.
Well, I'm confident that we'll get the result that we want. Hopefully there is no underpinnings here, that you're getting the feeling of nothing going on behind the scenes, because that is not something that I am really up for handling right now. But if it happens, it happens, and we'll deal with it if we need to. But the thing is that there's so much at risk with this. If this goes south, I mean, a tear between two major allied members of the alliance.
Yes, and it would be very bad, and there are other forces who would see such of a rift as an opportunity, and it could lead to further complications. Yes, we do need to tread carefully, but I don't think we need to worry too much. Both parties here, at the end of the day, are somewhat reasonable, and they both benefit from things going well, after all.
Very well. Do a little bit of research on these 6 people. I'll see what I can find as well, and meet me about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, the hours before they come aboard, and we'll sort of discuss what we found and take it from there.
Very, very well, very well. I'll do that this evening.
Perfect. Is there anything else?
Well, let me think. Not really. Perhaps maybe just some. I don't know if you have regular training for your staff here. It's just that it wasn't the most easy experience spending time down on Windermere with your commander and that other fellow, Daniel, I think his name was. He wore a fedora, for Christ's sakes, Captain. Who wears a fedora?
It was approved. I mean,
well, I know. Well, I guess it's not really in your scope to worry about fashion sense, but good lord. Well, that'll be all, Captain. Thank you. I'll be on my way now.
Very well, Mr. Medrin. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yep, well, good day to you. Good day. Head back to my chambers.
And just gonna start researching just if there's anything on file, like in our military records on these names.
Okay. Captain McQuaid, I would like you to roll me.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to roll me logic plus computers, please.
Logic and computers. Sounds good. A 25.
25 on a 66. Okay. Whilst you're doing a search, learning a little bit more about what Diplomat Medrin has told you about here, something is nagging at the back of your mind, and you don't know what it is. It's one of those things that's just bothering you, and you don't know why, and you're not sure. But it's like after you've gone through the searching, you're staring at the computer with this kind of awful feeling.
Like there's even less than what would be there for like an average person in that position. It's just there's nothing there, or what's there is just so basic and
no, it's nothing to do with that. It's like you do your research, you've kind of caught up with yourself in terms of like what's going on with the Venetians. You investigate what Diplomat Medrin talked about and the various different the things that he looked up, the instances of the various occasions where the negotiations took place in a very similar way, and how they proceeded, and there wasn't really that much of a conflict. But there's after doing it, it's one of those things like I'm missing something, and you can't quite place it. It's just nagging in the back of your head.
Okay. Was there anything specific while I was searching that was like the one trigger that was just like this is a thing?
No.
Or just the fact that this has just been ongoing for so long and it's just so out of the ordinary. That's the big flag.
No. It's something. It's like one of those gut feelings that you have as a captain. Like something is off.
I got you.
And you can't peg it down as to what it could be.
Very well. But yeah, after going over the notes and everything for, let's say, a good few hours into the late hours of the night, I'm going to head to sleep if there's no one commsing me or anything like that.
Okay.
Yep, and that's my evening.
Okay. Commander Beige, how do you resolve things with Bokur?
So since I couldn't get the limits lifted on my paper, I've just got it on a tablet and I'm walking into the brig.
Okay, you walk in. You see Happy Fun Time and Jitator trying to lift up this hammer. They're each trying to trade off doing it one hand. And they're making these strange poses.
Crewman, fun time?
Oh, thank God you're here. Come help. We can't lift it.
You're not supposed to touch that. I gave express orders that you're not supposed to touch it.
Did he?
See, other captains say don't touch. Stop touch.
Hello, Bokur.
You're supposed to get me out of here.
Yeah, I've just come to get... Could you put him down?
Oh, sorry. I got distracted by them touching poop. Sorry.
There's shit everywhere!
It's your job.
It's not my
You've been 2 times to do this job. Why do you do this job if it's not a job?
I've never experienced anyone who shits as much as you! It's like having a herd of wildebeests!
Other captain, why am I not out of this
Right.
jail? with Poop Man. Why?
Can you lower the force field, please?
Bags in our tooth.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Got there first. Number 1 pro.
Oh. I'll...
No, bro, just push the button, dude.
Oh, I thought I made noise. Sorry, David. Okay.
Trying to like match the noise that the shield makes when it comes down.
Oh, we should totally get it voice activated. That'd be cool.
Oh.
Yes. Right.
The smell
this-
instantly wafts into.
Boker ignores you starting conversation and walks straight to Boop and grabs it.
You are going to need to sign this before and okay all the things before the captain will allow you to pick that up like you just have done.
What sign? What this?
Right here.
One hand grasping the massive shaft of this hammer.
I'm going to take an executive decision and just because no one else can seem to carry that. You grab that and we'll go to somewhere that doesn't smell of poo, and we'll go over the paperwork. Okay?
I don't smell, but okay. What paperwork though? What?
Well, it's not paperwork. It's on the tablet. It's a contract that you need to agree to.
Does
but
contract say me no prisoner anymore?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Right. Crewman Ford, can you clean that up?
See your job. Your job. See.
Not my fucking.
I'll close the force field.
Hate my life. I thought head engineer. Mother would be so proud of me. Now I'm cleaning shit. This is my life now. I kind of want Jimmy back. I'm gonna take Boker to the quarters that I'd already previously arranged.
The best part is you could totally just order somebody else to do it, but for some reason you have decided to take this upon yourself.
Head of engineering.
It's not management material.
I believe the captain actually ordered him to clean the toilet, and now he's on toilet cleaning duty.
I don't think he did.
Someone did. Someone ordered Perfect Ford to come in and clean it. Because there's no way I would have done that anyway. I just. Yeah, and
Right, if you'd like to follow me, there are some stipulations that you need to.
What stipulations?
Yes.
ducking through doorways.
That is rather a lot of poo.
Other ship had more poo than this.
Like shaking her foot off. Just goes everywhere.
So one of those stipulations.
Crew members like.
oh,
So sorry.
It's in my mouth.
One of the stipulations.
Almonds?
Is that
oh, come on!
I don't remember eating corn. I got Bobby. Got him. Got him.
Yeah, one of the stipulations is that you must bathe at least once a week.
Other ship. Well, I'll try.
Other ship doesn't really matter anymore because this is the bigger, better ship.
It is bigger ship. Better. Yes.
Right. These are your quarters. If you just do that with your hand, it'll scan your ident.
Yeah, there's two other people that are in here. In their
swear,
hot
if
box.
it's played by me, I quit.
No, I think this is going to be where
Moda?
Modo.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think Modo's in here.
So like during this whole time, the fact that I'm a changeling and nobody knows, I'm up on my top bunk, and when Boker came in, the scent was just ridiculous. I straight up just sealed my nose off, and then I just went back to just listen to my music.
Use the private room for paperwork.
What?
She just points her hammer up at the guy.
Yes. We're going to have to put you in a share room. This is Crewman Modo, who is also new to the crew roster. Crewman Modo.
You hear music coming.
Crewman Modo.
Device on my head. Get the music. It's a little louder.
Crewman Modo.
If you second captain, why you let him ignore you like this?
I pull the thing up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your face? You okay?
You can't see my face. I'm looking away.
Just saying you're looking away and looking at me isn't the same thing.
I'm literally looking at the wall, though.
Right, this is your new crew bunkmate.
Okay. Is that all?
This is... No.
Yeah, I turn like I sit up and I'm kind of just like covering my face a little bit. And we'll just look down. So why do you need to tell me? I already know that Boker's here.
Right, well, I thought I'd give you an introduction.
Hi, I'm Modo. But then I just put my headset back on and fly
Did
back down.
Did he say Mono?
Modo.
Modo.
Yes. Crewman Modo, usually on duty, or just Modo when off duty.
Modo going to need top bunk. I'll crush top bunk.
Are you on the top bunk?
Yep.
Right, yes. Now, I guess I'll just read out the stipulations. There's one which is the same one 3 times. The captain was very adamant about this. You're not to kill any crew members.
I don't want to kill crew members. Okay. Intentionally, okay.
Close enough. Agrees. The bathing, you agree to the bathing once a week, which I think today might be that day.
What were the other stipulations that you specifically asked for?
Oh, the biggest one is the hygiene, and other than that, just to adhere to just regular.
and the
regular.
weapon as well.
The weapon too. Yeah, they can't use the
right.
weapon. Yeah, they gotta use regular. Yeah.
And you're not allowed to use you are allowed to have boop around, but you cannot carry it around the ship whilst doing your duties.
What duties do Boker have to do?
Well, I don't know the ins and outs of what you will have to do. That would be up to Commander Weiler. But you will be under her command.
But if Boker have to fight, Boker need boop.
Yes, but you
Who
don't.
put cat in the room?
Oh, that's the medical officer.
She stinks.
I think that might actually be you.
Boker smell like Boker.
Yes, but now you have to smell like a crew member. These aren't my stipulations. The captain specifically requested these.
I like you just the way you are.
So Boker have to leave Hammer with Modo. He'll protect Hammer.
I look over to where Modo is. Is he just facing the wall? Just not.
Yeah, I'm like lying on my side, facing the wall, listening to music.
Yeah. But while you are performing your duties, you won't be fighting when you're doing the military stuff. So you wouldn't need boop.
Why you military no fight?
Well, we don't really just stand around and fight.
You don't practice fight?
Well, yeah, I believe they do practice fight, but they probably use practice weapons rather than a giant, big, heavy hammer like that.
You don't have big, heavy weapon. Don't practice so much and don't fight. Boker, glad you asked Boker to help.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Look,
Right.
why face turn red?
Warm, very warm in here. It's warm. Isn't it warm? Do you think it's warm? I think it's warm.
Boker feel fine.
Yeah, very warm.
She like bangs the side of the bed at Moto.
Yeah, I'm just like, without looking, I just like swat your hand. It's just
Are you warm?
no.
Okay.
Right, if you'd like to sign here.
She's just gonna touch it. Boker's never.
Right, thank you. And about right.
We're
I
ogre
guess
on
I
happy faces.
James for the emojis.
Yeah.
4 crewmen that like share rooms, like like
Hot
military.
bunks. Yeah, there's
Hot-
three hot bunks per room, and there's 3 shifts basically. There's like lockers in every room where you guys put your stuff in, but you share beds basically with people. There's 3 shifts.
2 beds, 3 shifts. Yeah.
No. 3 beds, 3 shifts.
Oh, there's 3 beds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's essentially 9
So
people that share a
basically-
room.
There isn't there's not like a shower or anything. They'd have like a part of the ship to go.
Yeah, there's crew bathrooms and showers. Absolutely.
Right. You okay? That's or you're welcome aboard.
I put my hand up to shake your hand.
And she'll shake, and then she'll. But, bro, bro,
Bro.
bros and Brig jump to each other, and bro.
Oh.
And she does it at Neil.
Neil, what's your melee defense?
My melee defense is.
Boker, please
10.
roll me. Please
10.
roll me. Yeah, Boker, please roll me your strength plus brawling if you've got it.
Plus broing.
No brawling. I do have animal handling. Does that count?
Listen, what you guys do behind closed doors is between you. I don't need to know. A 7? How did you get a 7? Oh my god. Okay. A 7 on a 3d6.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
it's better than last time. That's all I'm saying.
So Neil, there's a moment of glee when you see Boker approaching, and you just kind of, it's like slow motion. You just open your arms out, and it's like, it just, you don't get like knocked onto the floor or knocked back or anything.
Thank you.
Bro, you bro now.
Okay. Okay. It's hard to breathe.
Back the way you wiped it off your face.
You're like trapped between abdominal muscles. There's like 2 abdominal muscles, you know.
She'll like grab him and like pull.
Bro. Do you need more paperwork?
I need a cold shower. I mean, you need to go. Right. Allow me to show you to the bathing area where you will have to bathe.
She'll bang on the side of the bunk.
Modo.
I take my headset off. I grab my pack. I put my headset in my pack. I hop down off the bunk. I walk out the door.
Who gonna watch Hammer now?
I quit.
Yes. See you tomorrow.
I feel like every time I see you, you're like, I quit.
Pretty much.
It'll be perfectly safe in here. I could put. Do you want to put a note on it? I've got. There's a notepad there and a pen.
You want me to put a note on hammer
You
for
could
some?
say, do not touch property of Boker.
Have you put on there, no touch or smash by Bokar?
No touch or smash
No,
by Boker.
but no. No, yeah.
Right. If you'd like to follow me, I'll show you where the shower facilities are. Do you have no, you probably wouldn't. Aboard the Ogeron ship, did you have items to clean, shampoo, soap?
When Ogron on other ship, but I was prisoner on other ships, so there was not really showers for us. But don't you just wipe and wash, just wipe it off. So
Yeah. Well, you said right. So this is
So you take her to the sort of shower area, which
Actually,
is
I want to take it to the fuck.
replicator.
Yes, replicate.
Okay.
right. You push that, and then you ask what you want. So push that there and ask for soap and shampoo.
just push it. Soap and shampoo,
She
please.
just like puts her whole palm like on the replicator button, like just pushes 12 buttons at once. You hear like a
Right.
command not recognized.
Use your pointer and just push that one button, not all the buttons.
This one, this button.
That one there.
Pushes 5 buttons at once.
Just right. Try the pinky. It's the thinner thing, yeah, and then
Command not
just that button.
recognized.
You push button. Shampoo and soap, please.
Right.
See like little hotel bottles of shampoo and soap.
All right. Grab them, and just down the hallway is the shower.
So the way
area.
that the shower works is straight out of Starship Troopers, I think. It just looks like that sort of communal shower area.
I got to shower with that one.
Oh, is that how they do it here? Right. Commander Weiler.
Yes! Yes, Commander Bates. What can I do for you?
I'm just showing the new recruits around.
New recruit, sir.
Yes. Crewman Boker. It's the Ogeron that we took.
Sir?
aboard. Yes?
Sir, I'm sorry. The captain spoke to me about this briefly, but I thought it was a joke.
It's no, definitely not a joke.
Sir? How can we let this Ogron aboard the ship? I don't understand.
Every species could be a valuable member to the Alliance.
But sir, she was part of the pirates that we boarded.
Well, technically, Commander Weiler, she was a prisoner of the prisoners we took on board.
Very well, sir.
What are you chewing?
Shall I interrogate the new recruit?
No.
Are you
No.
sure, sir?
Yes, no interrogation. There's actually already been questioning by the science department and...
Why was I not involved, sir? If I may ask.
I believe it was a science experiment, Commander Waller.
A science Sir, that is very peculiar, sir.
I mean, science is magical sometimes.
Just dead silence for like a second.
Right.
Sir?
The reason I'm calling is, are all the Marines showers communal?
Of course, sir.
But people would see you when you're naked.
I don't understand, sir. What is the problem?
Right.
We're just cleaning ourselves, sir.
Yes, but all the bits are out.
Bits?
Yes, the penises and vaginas.
Why is that a problem, sir?
Well, it's
Sir, are you intimidated, sir?
by penises and vaginas? I don't see how that's relevant.
I'm just trying to understand why you have a problem with it, sir.
Well, shower time is
Where I'm from, we often sniff each other's bottoms when we are showering.
Yes, I do remember your first month on board was a little awkward. Right. Well, I'm about to show crewman Boker where apparently everyone bathes at once with the penises. And
Sir, you are very concerned with penises.
There's a lot of look. I just wasn't expecting a communal shower.
Sir, you have been here for several months now. I don't understand.
Well, I don't usually come down here with the Marines. The bros are a bit scary.
What would you like me to do about it, sir?
Well, everyone's okay with the communal showering?
Sir, we've literally had no complaints, sir. This is standard operating procedure aboard these ships.
Right. Okay. Just penises everywhere. And vaginas. So it's unisex as well.
Is someone harassing you about the size of your penis, sir?
No. What? No one's seen my penis.
Sir, I'm sorry. I don't understand why this is happening.
Well, I thought there was some sort of mistake and I've gone to the wrong place. But apparently this is how you do things. How you do things around here. Right, well, I will, you will have to give your orders to, Boker. Perhaps, watch the PSA on, Ogorons, which is on the system. They can be a little... they're not really... Subtlety isn't truly that... If you watch the PSA, it'll be fine. Yes.
Very well, sir. I will watch all videos that are required about penises.
There isn't... I don't think there's a penis PSA.
So which PSA should I watch, sir?
The Ogeron one.
Ogeron PSAs. Yes, sir.
Yes, right. Come on, beige out.
Boker's already wandered off to the shower heads. and like trying to figure out how to squeeze under them. It's like pretty short. I'm just like,
They're pretty tall, actually. There's several tall crew members.
okay.
So they definitely would shoot up a bit. There's
Are
like
there
little.
people in the bathing area right now?
Let's find out. Okay, that's a cocked die. Let's try that again. No, they're not.
Right.
So the way that the showers work is they're like set up in little groups of 4. The shower heads stick up from the showers to aim down. They're like little like half stalls, so there's like small separating walls, I guess, to make sure that the water doesn't splash into the other areas.
Yeah, I was told that apparently communal penis showers are standard procedure. So
Booker don't see penis, but okay.
I'm showers. I definitely said showers. Humidity.
So Booker need to bathe.
Yes.
Stay on. Okay.
And she'll walk behind the wall and just start taking off belts and stuff.
If Commander Wyler will come and see you, and I will.
Okay.
There's like a camera shot where we just see Boker's ankles in silhouette, like the camera's down low, and like there's like a millisecond of Neil like turning his head like super slow motion.
No, I'm turning away.
Yeah, I know, turning away.
I will. Yeah. Cool. Goodbye.
We just see like dirty clothes hit the floor. Thud.
Thank God there's nobody else in the shower room, because like the stank that is about to come off of Boker.
I've got to bloody fix that.
You might need to go. Poop man to come.
Yes, poop. I mean, crewman forward. Bye.
Bye.
They're one little like sprig of bit hair.
Yeah, you got a little bit of hair and this entire bottle of shampoo.
Smell horrible.
It's like lilacs or something. No, it's probably like vanilla. Like it's just like a very plain scent because you guys didn't make any specifications. It's like generic like vanilla shampoo.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, I think we kind of wrap up the day here. We move on to the next day. It is the meeting day. We'll say it's just before the meeting. Maybe you guys are kind of finishing up lunch, etc. It's probably about noon as far as ship time is concerned.
I would certainly have tried to make a lunch date with the captain.
Yeah, we were gonna meet around 11, so and I would have gotten up, like I would have set my alarm to get up like really early. I was probably be up maybe like 5:30, 6 a.m. like old man hours.
Is that a personal attack, Bobby? Is that what's happening right now?
I mean, well, I didn't intend it that way. If you're taking it that way, I mean, I'm not. But yeah, I'm up really early, really early. And one thing I would have done early, because I'm like the fact that something seems off and I can't wrap my head around it, I don't like that. I typically can logic out an issue. I can usually put my finger on the problem, but with this I can't. So I write up a quick report to Admiral Bruce with just some like I forward the Admiral just like the notes that we researched on the 6 names, and then at the end I would just attach like a quick note for myself, just sort of stating that something seems off. I'm not quite sure what it is. The fact that this dispute has gone on for as long as it is an extreme outlier in society between these two, or just in general society for the Venetians. And I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but just prepare for anything. Like, I'm not sure what to expect. But other than that, I would just be going over the notes that morning. So whenever Theodore would have gotten in touch with me, I would have been awake and on the go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, one thing I would have done, I would have made sure that the channel was secured, like the line of the communication was like actually secured.
Okay. So I'm sorry. I must have tuned out when you and Theodore were talking earlier. You were investigating the specific people involved in the diplomatic relations.
Yeah, just getting some.
Okay.
We're just getting
My
some
bad.
background and stuff on them,
Okay.
just to see who they are. Big
All right,
names, sort of.
so let me do that then, real quick. So the background that you get on these people, we'll start going one at a time. So the representatives from Vendelier, from tribe Shayuk, Meru, and Dakhet, you get basically very different backgrounds. Shayuk is a sort of very well-known Venetian tribe that is looked at as highly respected, highly diplomatic. They are seen as like very reasonable as a tribe. I don't think you get any specific info on any of these people individually. These are the representatives of the seniority. A lot of them go by their tribe's reputation, and they embody their tribe's reputation. A lot of the members of the tribe follow their example. So when you hear information about a tribe, these are the people that embody those ideals. These are the sort of pinnacle of these people. And Shumi Fayu Shayuk, she is seen as one of the most level-headed, I guess, out of the seniority. She's extremely diplomatic. She's sent on a lot of these sort of missions. Okay. Next up, from tribe Meru, Shuta Muchu. He is seen as, I guess, more confrontational, as a member of the Meru tribe. They are aggressive for Venetians. From tribe Dakhet, it's spelled Lockhet, but it's pronounced Dakhet, is Rainkike Bu, or Hugh, and he is seen as, they generally stay very neutral, and they try to stay out of various tribal confrontations. It's odd that this person is joining this meeting. The tribe in general, the Dakhet tribe, usually stays out of these kinds of matters. They're usually kind of isolated. It is peculiar that they are joining today's session. As far as the Borean representatives, you get very little information for the Borean representatives. The only person that you get any information about is Bogarin Bigelwick, the owner of the mining operations here on Shoku. Bogarin is a grizzly old Borean. One of the oldest male Boreans that is, I guess, in the spotlight, I guess, for the Borean peoples. Boreans generally live like pretty long lives, not nearly as long as Venetians. But when you think of like the pinnacle of cantankerous old man, Bagarin is that person. Takes a lot of risks, from what you can see. Had like a series of major life choices that have happened that have propelled this Borean to extremely wealthy, and the most profitable venture has been this mining establishment here on Shoku. This was the one of the most successful deals that the Boreans have ever made, and that this person has ever made. The other two you have almost no information about. From what you can see, they are employees of Bagarin. Vamorrison asks a good question. Do we have a picture of these two races? So they're kind of like, Venetians are kind of like bald space elves, a little bit shorter than your average human. They've pointed ears, hairless bodies, and they're sort of like a cross between elves and Vulcans. The Boreans are like space dwarves. They're either red or blue, depending on what clans they come from. And they have sort of these bony, flattened protrusions that come from their skulls. Sort of stocky, short.
Yes, well, yeah, so I would have brought this information, or as much as I had, to the meeting with the captain.
Yeah, this is kind of like the amalgam of information that you guys have gotten, both of you put together.
I mean, it's both useful and also not useful. I don't see why the Het have sent someone. That's a little unusual.
Well, the thing that stands out to me from your research is the fact that Bagarin, as old as he is, he did the previous agreement on Shoku, and it says right here that is one of his most successful deals. If I'm assuming that they would be fine with just renegotiating the same deal. One thing I did notice as well while I was researching the military files last evening was that's just the thing. There was nothing really off. It's just something seems strange. And the inclusion of the laquette, they don't typically include themselves.
Yeah.
Laquette, how do you pronounce it again?
Daquette.
Daquette. I'd write that down.
Venetian.
Da?
Yes, da.
Daquette. Yes, the Daquette, they typically don't include themselves in these negotiations. So I'm very interested to see what their representative has to say tomorrow, and if they lead the agreement or lead the discussion.
Yes, and this mining agreement has been most profitable for the Boreans. I don't know why they're kicking up a fuss. Even if they took a slight loss in negotiations, it's not exactly the end of the world for them. They maybe even got the better end of the deal the first time round.
Well, it's possible that the Venetians have changed their stance on the whole ordeal. We'll find that out tomorrow. Actually, within a few hours. So, you want to grab some?
Yes, I have some theories, but they're rather far-fetched. So we'll see how it goes. Sometimes something just comes up and shakes things up a little. I guess we'll find out when everyone gets here.
I've been around for quite some time, and if something catches my eye, there's usually something to it. So keep your eyes open and pay attention to the little details, and hopefully we can make some sense of this.
As well, hopefully being here somewhere neutral with a neutral moderator, we can just iron everything out. That's the hope of things.
Very well.
Maybe just in case, I assume we'll have security nearby.
Well, the ship will be under typical operating circumstances.
Yeah,
In the meeting yesterday with the senior officers, I did give them the order to make sure that everything was in tip-top shape, that the ship was cleaned, and
I just feel a little more comfortable personally if we had guards by the door, and I assume the representatives also would. Just it helps make people feel special.
well, how about this? We will meet.
You don't have to be in the room, just nearby.
Well,
We
should
want
we
them to feel safe and
greet
protected.
the delegates when they arrive on board?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Well, do you want to do the majority of the talking up front? I feel that it may show or it may give us some sort of edge against the Venetians, at least from what I know of the Venetians.
Yes. As long as you're present, that'll be fine. I can take the lead.
Perfect. And the names as well. I'll do my best with the pronunciation, but it's not really my forte.
All else failing, you can just refer to them as our honored friends from Vendelier or our honored representatives. It's much easier. Just say something nice about them and then a title, and they'll forget about the name thing.
I can do that. That's no issues.
Yes, tips from the best. That's all you get here, Captain.
So I'm feeling a little hungry. I'm gonna head off and grab something to eat. I'll meet you at the transport room about 12:30.
Yes, yeah, that should do. Not a problem. I'll see you there, Captain.
Very well. Yeah. So I'm just gonna walk off, grab something to eat, and I'll end up heading there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go groom
Okay.
myself.
All right. Fair enough. You guys head off to do some preparations for the meeting. Meeting time rolls around. I guess the way that the procedure works here is that you're sort of contacted by the ships. So RA9, the communications display kind of lights up. You are getting hailed by the Borean ship Mother's Milk.
That's okay. Define. I'm Swedish. Define hailed.
Hailed is communication, like they're sending a hello.
Like sending someone a really old dead fish, like a 4-year-old dead fish through the mail, but it's digital.
That's yeah. Sounds,
I'm sorry, you're too far from the microphone.
Captain,
Yeah, sorry. No.
we're being hailed.
Perfect. Put them through. Yes. This is Captain Braxton McQuaid.
Hello there.
Yes, with whom am I speaking to?
Oh, hi there, Alliance feller. This is Bagarin Bigelwick.
Ah, Mr. Biggerwick. Are
You call
ready
me
to...
did you just call me a what now?
Mr. Biggelwick.
Oh, I thought my ears are going.
Oh, no.
I thought I heard something else.
Well, my ears are going as well, so I can relate there.
So, are we doing this or not?
Yep, absolutely. Whenever you're ready to be aboard, we have a party ready for you.
All right, we're ready for you to lower your shields and we'll transport over in just a wee bit.
Very well. Yeah, I look to... So I would be in the teleportation room at this point. I would just look to the sign saw or the officer working the control panel, and I would just give them the nod to drop shields to initiate the transport.
Okay. Zebu, well, it'd be Weiler, actually. Weiler drops the shields. Who is operating the transporter right now?
All right, Captain.
Very well.
I didn't have to be perfect for it. I was asking.
Yes, crewman Ford, lower the shields and initiate transport.
I don't think crewman Ford knows how to delegate. He just
Well, this needs to be done.
running around the ship at turbo speed.
Right. Yep. Shields are lowered.
Just from the shitter to the shield.
That's the episode.
Okay. So, crewman Ford, you go ahead and give me a computers plus your logic, please.
Computers.
Oh, look at that. Still no sheet there for crewman Ford.
That would probably just be logic. I don't think he'd have computers.
So 4d6 there. Okay. A 14 is enough for a standard kind of transport, ship to ship. That's no problem. It's not like you're trying to choose specific people to transport to a specific room while simultaneously transporting another group of people to a different room.
Causing an international incident.
Yeah. So, you see a sort of very wide-looking dwarf covered in a patchy-looking trench coat, and you can see several different kinds of wrenches sticking out of his belt. He's got a big, bushy, white beard. Think of a miniature Hagrid. This is kind of what you're looking at as you see Bagarin Bigglewick appear before you. He is flanked by two other Boreans. You see a blue and a red Borean. Bagarin himself is blue. Blue skin, big white bushy beard. His blue skin is very muted, though. It's sort of turned a bit gray. And he's covered in wrinkles and such. I think his beard is just wild and unkempt. If you saw him on the street, you would assume that he is probably homeless. He is not wearing any fineries whatsoever. He looks to be covered in grease, various places across his face and in his beard. And yeah, he's got a bunch of wrenches on him of various size, all stuffed in a very rudimentary looking leather belt that's bunched around his significantly rotund waist.
All right, my lovers.
Yes, welcome aboard, Mr. Bigglewick.
All right, me lovers.
Hello and welcome, Master Bigglewick, to the Explorer.
He raises an eyebrow at you.
Oh,
The right one.
It's good to see you there, me lover.
I expect a little bit more enthusiasm next time when I'm greeted. You know how old I am.
My apologies. I will try my best. It's still adjusting to the Borean fashion of speaking. I'm glad I have such a wise teacher attending this day, sir.
So, welcome aboard. This way.
He's looking around and he says, you can see he leans into one of the other Boreans. Hardly any panels showing. I don't know if I like this place.
As we're walking towards the room that we're meeting in, like, does the ship look like it's been fully overhauled and cleaned and it's looking in tip-top shape?
Yeah, the Boreans look very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just lead them in and sit them down.
Hardly any grease. How do they function?
We'll be with you shortly. There's some refreshments there on the table.
Oh, any, is there any, well, do you have any alcohol? You know, just to get the negotiations started the right way.
Oh, I'll see to getting negotiations started the right way. You need not worry. And then there will be plenty of food and beverage or to your taste when we celebrate the successful negotiation. And I don't expect that to be very long. It shouldn't be a problem.
Well, as long as them Venetians there are happy to open their minds to the possibilities of a new contract, they've been very unwilling to compromise.
Yes, well, we'll get to that in time. For now, relax and make yourself comfortable. And when the Venetians arrive, we'll get straight to it.
Could you use one of them fancy replicators that we saw on the way for a nice bottle of turnip alcohol? Could go for a nice big root.
Yeah, I'll see if we can get someone working on that for you. We'll return shortly, and then we shall begin.
You see him like blow up the mustache or his beard, and like, you know, wiggles a bit. Captain McQuaid, are you just kind of are you staying here, or what's the deal? Are you going? Are you?
Yeah, I'm going with Theodore back to the teleport room to get the Venetians as well. Yeah.
Okay.
You seem fairly reasonable, wouldn't you say?
Well, I'm more so worried about the Venetians, to be honest. I'm terribly afraid that I'm going to mispronounce a name.
Well, just call them honored friends. Makes it much easier.
Well, that's what I'll do.
Did they send word? Are they arriving soon?
They should be hailing shortly. I know the Venetians are quite punctual.
Yes, typically very punctual.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have been long after RA9. You get another hail from the Venetians. The ship is going by the name of Shyuk Splendor.
Captain, you're getting a hailing from the Venetians.
Yes,
From the Shyuk Splendor.
Put it through,
Of
RA.
course.
Yes, this is Captain Braxton McQuaid.
We have arrived.
Perfect. Are you ready for transport?
We are waiting presently.
Very well. It'll only take a moment. Boop boop. Prefect forward. Lower shields and beam them aboard.
I don't know if shields would be security, but yes, Captain. Same roll. Oh, they did. They did.
Okay, a 46 on the transport and an 8. So,
Does he get an extra D6 because I gave him an order to do it?
yes.
Save it, please.
Please.
Good. Oh, I put space in the wrong place.
An additional 3.
11.
Okay. So, Crewman Ford, you go to activate the transporter. And you are going through fine. Everything's working fine as far as you're concerned. It's at this point that a series of things happens. Number 1, RE9, at the same time as this is happening, you get a message back from Admiral Narman Bruce for Captain Braxton McQuaid. It's marked urgent, and it says, It says classified on it.
Captain,
Yes, all right.
it seems there is a message from Norman Bruce for you.
Admiral Norman
Admiral.
Bruce.
It seems
okay.
urgent.
Oh, put it through right away. Yeah, I grabbed my computer.
So Admiral Bruce comes through. It's a recorded message.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, Braxton, I need you to stay calm. I need you to stay calm and think clearly. I've just gotten word. Your brother is on Vendelier. And that's where we're going to take our break.
You didn't.
We'll be right back, everybody. We're going to take...
Captain has a bro?
You guys have no idea.
We are going to take a little break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned for some more of Table Story Warped. If you guys have not done so, please make sure you follow all these wonderful people. And if you would like to help support the show, one of the best ways you can do that is to go support our wonderful sponsor, Morris, by heading on over to patreon.com/Morris, Morrus, where you can sign up to his Patreon and help out with his podcast that he has over at morris.podbean.com, where you can listen to all the wonderful RPG news and DM stuff that he's got going on. We'll be back in just a little bit. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody, to Table Story Warped, the official stream of the What's Old is New RPG. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Captain McQuaid has just gotten some very interesting news. The third really interesting thing that happens simultaneously upon you receiving this news is that the ship is rocked by an explosion.
And
Which one? Oh.
Your ship.
while our shields were down.
Yes.
Red alert!
Yeah, the second that happens, I'm literally sprinting to the bridge. I always get the two words mixed up in my head. Yeah, I'm running to the bridge.
Captain, where shall I go?
Not now.
The transport fails. The transport for the Venetians fails upon the explosion happening. You lose your connection, basically, crewman Ford. The transport was not initiated, and the buffer wasn't filled, so it was aborted. Damage reports start coming in all across the ship. Captain McQuaid, you're sprinting down the hallway.
Yeah, I would have asked Dora for a Dora status support.
You hear basically the red alert's going off, and you can you get Dora saying damage report, Captain McQuaid. There are hull breaches on decks 2, 3, and 5.
Are there any intruders?
Unknown.
Scan.
Scanners are currently malfunctioning.
Shit. Read that information to Lieutenant Weiler instantly.
You get the affirmative.
Yeah, I wait a second as I'm running to the bridge. And just as I'm almost there, but Weiler.
Captain McQuaid!
Get security teams where those breaches are. Pronto.
Yes, sir. Shields are down, sir.
RA9.
Yes,
Mute.
Captain.
See what you can do to get the shields back up. I'm gonna get Jimmy.
Yes.
Mr. Marinson,
Oh, namaste, Captain.
you're back on duty. Get the shields up right away. And I'm running off to the bridge.
Oh, Dora, take me to engineering.
He still doesn't know. I can't.
So you get a give me a luck dice roll, Jimmy. Give me a luck dice roll.
Chief Engineer Jimmy. Luck die roll. Yes. An 8.
That's an 8. Okay. So the lights don't come on for you.
Looks like we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. And
I'm guessing.
Help!
I just follow the trail of Cheeto dust back to engineering.
You follow the trail of Cheeto dust?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know where engineering is. I'm just too lazy to think. So I go this time because I have to think.
So, Weiler contacts you again. Boop, boop.
Captain McQuaid!
Yes.
Sir! Our shields are down. I've sent teams out to cover various important areas, sir. I've sent a team to the Borean people at the moment, sir. But, sir, we have more pressing issues.
What is this?
A ship has just come out of cloak, sir.
What ship?
Unknown, sir. Evasive maneuvers.
Have I made it to the bridge? by now?
Yes.
Yeah, I do like a quick. I like hop over one of the arms of the seat and plop my butt into the chair. Scan that ship.
Scanners are down, sir.
Still down. Can we see the? Can we get them on our visual screens?
RA9. You try to bring up the visuals. Please give me a logic plus your computers.
My favorite. Plus 1, right? Because Captain.
Yes.
Man.
A 20 on a 66. You get a very broken-looking image up on the screen. Captain McQuaid, you recognize this ship. It belongs to your brother.
No.
What's
the status on those shields?
What is the name of your brother's ship?
Oh God.
Sugar-free.
It would probably be
The Valor?
It would be something like the Revenge.
Vengeance.
Subtle.
Oh, it's just who he is. Yeah.
Manitoba's Revengeance.
So you're the older brother, right?
It's just called the Manitoba.
Okay.
No, it's the Saskatchewan.
The Saskatchewan.
It's the Saskatchewan.
Okay. Yeah, because you had the captain. You were the captain of the Manitoba.
Yeah, I was on the captain of the Manitoba. Yeah, this is Saskatchewan. I don't know if is it a part of any like. It's just some random ship, right?
So
he's not in...
the ship is it is a sort of hodgepodge of various parts. There are parts from an Alliance cruiser.
Okay.
There are parts from what appears to be a Spartan ship. Basically, it's got the wings of a Spartan's ship. And the last time that you ran into the Saskatchewan, it looked quite a bit different. But you can recognize the I'm trying to remember the bow. Yes, the bow of the ship. The front, basically. And RE9, you're getting a communications. You've got a communications coming from basically from a lot of different places. You've got communications coming in from the Boreans, you've got communications coming in from the Venetians, and you've got another priority communication that's coming in as well. It appears to be coming from the ship that is located currently behind your ship.
Is that the one that we just that just dropped warp, or that came out of stealth?
It is coming from the Saskatchewan. Yes.
Captain, we're getting several inquiries for communication from the Boreans, the Venetian, and the ship that is just behind us.
Put the Saskatchewan through.
So, you see the very scarred-looking face of your brother. A mustache to match your own.
Oh, that asshole.
But horribly scarred. So there's like several breaks in the mustache, or you can see three breaks, and you can see that his lower lip and upper lip are like badly mangled on the right side, and he's got like all these like crazy scars on the right side of his face. He's got a cybernetic implant for his right eye, and he looks a little bit like Captain McQuaid. Not a lot. He's got maybe the eyes look similar, or the eye, I should say. Maybe the eye looks similar. The thickness of the mustache is a similar sign. And you hear the partially robotic voice of Carter McQuaid.
Braxton? Sorry for this. Business is business, though, bro.
This is the last time, Carter. Boop boop. Yeah, he cut feeds. Look through the Venetian.
Yes, Captain.
Going through Venetians.
What were you saying, Commander Beige?
Am I quiet or something?
Pretty quiet.
Captain, who is that?
Without looking over and just looking at the video display, that is my brother.
Right. Okay.
All right, Venetians.
Yes, Captain.
So the Venetians coming through say, what is going on?
We're under attack. We could use your help if you can.
Is it the Boreans?
It is not. A ship dropped out of stealth.
It's at this point that the communication starts to go fuzzy.
All right, can you fight that?
You lose the connection.
Shit.
On the view screen, looking behind you, where you see Braxton's ships, you could see several Venetians have started to come into position, basically behind Braxton's ship, taking a sort of aggressive-looking stance.
I see this as well. Sorry.
Several other Venetian ships begin opening fire on the Venetian ships that are behind Carter's Saskatchewan ship. Fire gets exchanged between them. Your ship begins to get rocked.
Zebu, evasive maneuvers.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Beginning evasive maneuvers, sir. Sir, several thrusters are inoperable. I will do my best, sir.
Which thrusters?
2 of the port thrusters are inoperable, as well as 1 aft thruster, sir.
Engineering, what's the state on the shields?
I assume I would have got there by then, because my quarters are probably across the hall from engineering.
It's like next door over.
Okay, so you would have gotten there, yeah. You've definitely gotten there. You have entered the. Well, I think what we'll have you do is go ahead and roll me an intuition check. Intuition plus perception. I guess it'll just be a perception check.
Okay. I'm gonna add a luck die.
Well, why? Why would you do such a thing? Because they're so bad. Did you add a luck die there? I only see the intuition and perception.
I clicked the perception button, so it didn't let me add the luck
Gotcha.
die. But here it is. 15
Okay,
total.
so on a 46 of 15, yeah, that's 100% enough for you to find engineering.
Yeah. Namaste, Neil. We're working on it. Just get us the damage reports, and we'll fix stuff. That's our job.
Yes, divert all remaining power to thrusters until the shields are up, Jimmy.
Yeah, sure, got it.
So, as far as your damage report, Jimmy, that starts getting sent over to you, you can see that several maneuvering thrusters are offline. There are 2 port thrusters that have been knocked out. There are 3 aft thrusters that have been knocked out. the main engines are online. The FTL drive is online. And the currently, I'd say half of your weapons are offline.
Oh, this is bad.
You can see, essentially, it appears that your initial damage, at least from what you can guess, go ahead and roll me a logic plus engineering check. Or if you had it, demolitions would work here as well.
I'll just do my engineering. No luck die. Go 24.
24 on a 76. From what you can tell, it appears that a very heavy explosive was detonated very close to the ship when the shields were down.
Bummer.
And it was placed in a way where it was probably it was placed towards the aft of the ship, so the back of the ship, and it's severely damaged the thrusters, the scanners, the shields, and it was a very major node of several systems. This is one of kind of like the weak points on this ship. And somebody would have to have a very good understanding of how this ship works to not only detonate the explosives at the time that they were detonated at, but at the location that they were detonated at.
Okay. First things first. And I get my data pad and get the kind of damage report, and I just start assigning people. I've been on my head and my chip's working, so I start assigning people to the jobs and stuff, and then I get to doing the big stuff myself, getting the power to the thrusters and getting shields back online.
At the same time, Lieutenant Junior Grade Tootie, people start filing into the sick bay. Major injuries, people that have taken major concussive blasts. You're getting reports like all over the aft portions of the ship. People from various posts across the aft portions of the ships, from decks 2, 3, and 5. You dispatched some medical teams to those sections of the ship. But yeah, there have been hull breaches, so emergency shields probably have to get put up to make sure that you guys have atmosphere there. Otherwise, the bulkheads would close for those portions of the ship, venting whoever was out there into space.
All right. Come on. Can I take this bed? Pedal, I need you to roll her over to medical pay 3, please. Thank you. Go ahead and scan her. Make sure that I can see the injury on her. Like, we would make sure there's no problems, especially with her neck, too. So go ahead and do that. I'm not going to check in with my... Nurse Steven, have you made it to the group that was on hallway spacing 5?
You're trying to reach to crewman Rochambeau?
Oh, yeah. Whatever one. I thought I named one Steven a while ago. It wasn't mine.
Yeah, Steven Rochambeau.
Right. Sorry.
I'm on my way.
All right, well, you're going to need to go quickly because we don't know what's going to fall into these doors, and I need all my staff back here as soon as possible.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just putting a rebreather on, and we'll be entering the area in just a moment.
Okay. Captain, is everybody okay in the bridge?
Everyone seems fine. Just
bridge took no damage, from what you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
The damage seems localized in those few areas. I know your team's on it. Just do your best.
I've got quite a few people in here. What is happening up there? What do I need to brace myself for?
We're under attack. I'm not sure what else is to come. Just prepare for anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to lock down medbay just in case we get any other problems, and then only allow patients in, if that's okay.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Braxton out. Boop, boop.
All right, now can you figure out what's wrong with the sensors?
RA9, go ahead and give me a
Logic plus computer.
Don't think so. Not in this time.
Oh. I have engineering. Piloting.
Yeah, it's going to be logic plus your engineering.
I
like how the last roll we had you make with engineering was an agility check.
Wait, engineering plus what? Plus logic. Boop and a boop and a boop.
Okay, on a 5d6 of 16. So you get partial sensors back up. They basically only cover a small area around the ship. Long-range sensors are down. You're getting essentially a few kilometers away from the ship, which is not very much at all. That's maybe out of the large volume of ships that are in this blockade and everything, that is probably only like 6 ships or so. It's covering what appears to be the forward 3/4 of the ship. The aft sensors are basically out still.
Captain, I recommend we get a shuttle out there and pass the sensor data through the shuttle to us.
That's dangerous.
We're basically blind, Captain.
There has to be something that we can do. RA, is there anything you can do to fight this?
Sir, I can try to turn the ship, sir. It will put our backs into the Borean fleet, though, sir.
I think we're in a position we're going to have to trust the Boreans. Make it happen.
Very well, sir.
We do have Borean delegates on board. It's a safe bet, Captain.
That's true.
Okay.
Captain, come in, please.
Yes, Mr. Marinson.
Where they hit us, it was like really bad. I got the dudes on it, but it's kind of like they kicked us in the nuts, sir, you know?
Well, do what you can, but we're going to need shields.
The worst place to hit? Yeah, I'm working on it, but... like, most people wouldn't know to hit there, so it was either really lucky or someone knew what they were doing.
I'm putting money on that someone knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I don't know if they're on the ship, so maybe like some security.
Look, I'll take care of it. No time for chit-chat. Make it happen.
All right, later, dude.
Okay, Jimmy, give me a logic plus your engineering, please.
Okay, logic and engineering. I will add a luck die. Just so I can get something fixed, hopefully. Here we go! A 23.
23 on an 8d6. So, I will allow you to choose which are you making a priority right now. Shields, weapons, scanners.
I'm kind of in survival mode, so I'm definitely going shields, dude.
Okay. You get the shields functioning up to about 20%.
Well, I'll have to do.
So, normally, just so you guys are aware, the Explorer has... normally, the shields have a soak of 12. So that's going to put them down to about a 3. Roughly a 3 right now. The superstructure for the ship is normally at 53. The superstructure is going to be knocked down. You guys are taking hull damage to, we'll call it 35.
Oh, it's a bad hit, dude.
It's about 30. It's a bad hit. It's a bad hit. And your defense has also been knocked down. Luckily, you have an amazing pilot But the defense for the ship is normally 23. It's been knocked down to a 16.
Yeah, I'll get to work on.
Yeah, you basically got the ass taken out of your ship. Like,
I'll get to work on more stuff. Make sure that everyone in engineering's working on something. Let's be
Captain, we have partial shields.
Perfect. What can I roll a Starship Tactics to just quickly like see if I can recollect a similar battle that I may have studied or taught in one of my courses, where someone was like ambushed, no shields, just like a general idea that I can grab onto.
Absolutely.
For an idea.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me tactics plus logic, please.
Okay, tactics, logic, submit. I'm gonna add nothing to this.
27 on a 7d6. This battle is especially sensitive for you because this is the very first one that you taught Carter about.
So this is like one of the first basic starship maneuvers that I taught him.
Yep.
Which means that I should know the counter.
It's a historic battle that took place. It's an old Alliance battle that took place versus, I think, the probably the Spartans. The Spartans used a cloaked ship to infiltrate a close position versus the Alliance a few hundred years ago, back when starship maneuverability was significantly less, and when the races essentially met for the first time. A very rudimentary cloaking device was used by the Spartans, and they waited till the shields were down on an Alliance ship. They attacked without knowledge of the ship. They managed to secure a very lucky hit. They damaged critical ship systems and disabled the ship, and despite heavy odds against them, they landed a critical blow against the Alliance. The Alliance, in turn, used basically a pincer maneuver with two other ships to surround the Spartan ship. In doing so, the ship that was already damaged took further damage and sacrificed itself to take out the Spartan ship.
Was it destroyed?
It was destroyed. As you're thinking of this, this is like a giant slap in the face.
Yeah, that he would take something that I would have taught him while we were actually still on good terms.
Yeah, the Spartans essentially had a serious advantage, even though that they were outnumbered. They had significantly more advanced technology than the Alliance at that time.
Were there any maneuvers that is there any maneuvers that I can recollect that would be beneficial in this situation?
I would say that the maneuver that was used to take them out with the pincer maneuver obviously ended with the ship, the Alliance ship, being defeated, but they were able to take out the Spartan ship.
Okay.
I think from your knowledge, you can tell that there are better choices. Instead of, say, sacrificing yourself, there are some risky choices that can be taken. A controlled FTL is a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm still like, as I'm mulling over these options, the first option, the pincer maneuver, is really resonating in my head because not only did I teach him that, I talked about the pincer maneuver and how it was dealt with. So I'm just there in silence for a few seconds, like as I think all this out. RA9.
Yes, Captain.
Is there any way we can get a quick message to two of the Borean warships?
I need to see if communications are up, sir.
Whatever you can do.
Are they? Didn't they?
So, communications are technically working. What I would like for you to do, RA9.
Yeah.
Let me just see what you can roll here. I would like you to roll logic plus your computers, please.
Yes.
Yes, Queen. Yes.
20.
20 on a 5d6. Very nice. So your communications are functioning, but you can tell that you are currently under attack by a hacker. The ship's electronic defenses are currently being bypassed.
It seems we're being hacked, sir.
We'll fight it.
Of course, sir.
Do you have a roll for that?
So, you can.
I didn't pick hack.
Yeah, you don't have hacking. So what you can do is you can give me a logic plus computers, but it's significantly harder.
I mean, I don't have another option, so yeah. Plus a modifier for the captain order. All right, I begin hacking, opening the DDoS console and all that. Oh,
ooh, that's a roll.
A lot of 4s in that one. Okay, so that's a 22 on a 66. You are trying to fight back against the hacking that's going on. Unfortunately, you are unable to stop the ship from being hacked right now. Whoever is doing this is extremely proficient.
I'm doing the best I can, sir. However, I can't stop them.
So there's no way of getting a message out.
Negative.
Keep working on it. Braxton to Ruby.
RE9?
Yeah.
Give me... Give me a astrogation plus your logic check. 25. Jesus, on a 5d6. Very nice. Just for a second, you were able to get a small ping on your scanners. From what you can tell, it was coming from Shoku. It appears that there was some kind of notification for explosives on the planet Shoku, or on the moon Shoku, coming from the mining base.
Captain.
Yes, RA.
I'm getting an indication that there's a notification of explosions on the mining base on Shoku.
Explosions?
Yes, sir.
Any damage reports?
Negative.
Probably tied to this. There's no way we can get a message out.
Negative. Just thought you should be aware.
Is there any way to tell where the hacking is coming from of our communications?
So, yeah, RA9, I would say that you were unable to determine where that was coming from.
Negative.
I think we should assume that it's coming from a ship attacking us, Captain. Perhaps we should move away from it.
So, in terms of the maneuver that Zebu has made, because a lot of this stuff is happening kind of simultaneously, with the limited ability right now of Zebu, basically what I did for Zebu was I added your 1 but took away 1 for the thrusters being damaged. Zebu rolled a 17. He's gotten the ship now to face the Saskatchewan. In general, the Saskatchewan looks like it's kind of got the sort of cylindrical-like shape of the Explorer. Sort of similar to that. It's a bit flatter, though, and it has 2 wings that are branching off from it. You can see that there are sort of several spires that are hanging down off the central portion of the front of the ship, almost like a turkey neck, kind of hanging down in the front there. The ship is like, it looks like it's been patched up like 1,000,000 times, and it's directly in your view. Behind the ship, you can see that there is, just out of sensor range, a battle taking place between many of the Venetian ships.
Between the Venetians themselves? Do you see that, Commander?
It seems like the Venetians are firing upon the Venetians.
That's civil war.
That's not good.
Diplomat Medrin, please give me... Because you were on the... were you on the bridge? Where were you?
No. I was in the teleporter bay still, or probably returning to my
Okay.
chambers.
So, yeah, I guess you don't get to make a roll for this then. Never mind.
Oh, well, that's awful. Maybe I followed the captain. Who knows? Stay around while things...
Wouldn't he have gone back to the diplomats?
Oh, yes, probably went to attend to the Boreans. That would be the proper thing to do.
Yeah, so the Boreans, the Boreans are obviously in shock by the whole thing. As soon as you enter the room, Bagarin, who is flanked by his second and third, you can see that they've got their weapons drawn, pointed at you, Diplomat Medrin.
I don't need to bear arms.
Now, what's going on here? You went ahead and created some sort of diversion to bring me aboard. Is this some sort of treachery?
Absolutely not. We are not in the business of treachery, my good sir. We are in the business of peace and diplomacy. I will just bear with me 1 moment. I will get the captain directly and see what the issue is.
He's sweating, like,
Hello, Captain.
pouring down your face.
Like my hair's all sticking to my face. Captain, come in, please.
This is Captain McQuaid.
Hello, Captain. This is Diplomat Medrin. I was just wondering if you have...
the Boreans okay?
Well, they're very shook and they have weapons pointed at me and they think perhaps we tricked them. Could you give some clarification as to what's going on?
We're currently under attack. I'll tell you more when I can. Keep them safe.
Perhaps we should send security down there, Captain.
That's a great idea. Can you get on that?
Yes, Captain.
Yes, Captain!
Okay. Well, my good sir, it appears that we are under attack now.
We're what? Those Venetian bastards, they've been attacking?
Well, see, the thing I don't. I spoke with the Venetians past.
I demand to know what's going on. Did they attack my fleet?
Well, I'm not.
Have they broken the blockade?
Well,
Come on, man, speak up.
Yes, well, currently
Can't you stammer out a damned word?
Now, no need to be rude. Let's have a little decorum in this situation. I know we're all getting rather...
Decorum? You
Yes,
think
yes.
that's one of your fancy test words? I don't need to hear decorum. I need to hear Oh, yeah. The Venetians, they've attacked. Looks like you'll have to incur retribution on them.
But no, I don't think that's the case. I spoke with the Venetians just recently. They seemed more than ready to
I've got to protect my bottom line.
Oh, that's absolutely understandable. If you don't protect your bottom line, then who will? After all, a man must look
Diplomat measures. Go ahead and roll your diplomacy plus your charisma, please.
Okay. I mean, do I have any exploits I can use just to be an asshole? I don't think I do. What, wait? No. Okay, no, I don't. So just those things that you said. My diplomacy plus charisma. A 23.
23 and a 5d6. Okay.
It should have been a 66. Oh no, wait. I have a max die pool of 5.
Yeah, your max die pool.
Yeah. Just that you said Jimmy with the 6.
Okay, he says, right, so what are you folks doing with all this?
Well, I expect the captain sounded very urgent. He has people doing security checks.
No offense, but I don't trust a lot of you.
Well, I can see why your trust has been shaken. You come aboard our ship, and very shortly after we're attacked. I'm not saying we suspect you of coming aboard our ship and doing anything unsavory, of course. I was here almost the entire time with you. So let's just wait and take a moment. And I'm sure the captain will get information to us as soon as he can, because you are very, very important to him, of course. You are his guests upon the ship, and more importantly, you are people of great repute and great means, and we do not wish any harm to come to you.
He looks at you, kind of confused. He says,
couldn't you have just said you're trying your best?
Well...
That was a lot of words to say nothing.
Well, sometimes you need to take your time and properly go through everything, just so you don't miss anything out, and so that everything is clear and everyone has a complete understanding.
This feller won't shut up.
And what's going on, as you see. Sit tight.
Why can't I get through on my communicator?
Well, we are under. Just one moment. I go to the door.
Security got there yet?
Open it. Yeah, I'm looking
for sure.
Anyone to help?
Yeah. So for sure, Florp walks through, and he says,
"Yes, excuse me, sir. I am Crewman Florp, here to make sure that we guard the delegation."
Florp. Yes. Perhaps you could stand outside the door.
Unfortunately, sir, that is impossible. I've been under strict orders by Lieutenant Commander Weiler to guard the very important personnel, sir.
Yes, I'm one of those very important personnel. And the door
She didn't say anything about you, sir. She only spoke of the Boreans, sir.
Well, yeah, it's just assumed that I am a very important person.
There was no mention of you, sir.
There's no need for that to be mentioned. When you're someone of my status, it's simply a given. Now,
Specifically spoke of the Boreans, sir.
Yes, because they're our guests. Right, okay, so I'm... if you could just stand by the door, if not outside the door, then that would be...
I'm sorry, sir, but I was instructed to watch very closely over the Boreans, sir.
Okay, I think there's some kind of artificial plant in the corner. If you could just slightly behind, just a bit of stealth, just so you have you have surprise.
Sir, I must watch the door, sir.
Yeah, well, you can, from the plant, you can peek through the leaves. You blend in.
I'm sorry, sir, but no, I can't do that, sir.
Okay, can you be quiet at least? Is that acceptable?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very. Yes. Gentlemen, honorable friends, we do have someone here now, and obviously I see you are also armed, so we should be very safe here in this room. So, would anyone like to take a seat? Do we need any refreshments or some water here on the
They're like
table?
looking at each other.
This fella's a weird one. I ain't never seen anybody sweat that much except that frog fella over there.
It is rather warm in here. I assume the attack must have damaged the temperature control. It's a bit warmer than I'm used to, you see.
So, I think we switch scenes as we return back to the bridge. You can see that Zebu
Captain,
has
the moisture levels in the delicate room are reaching unsafe levels.
the moisture.
Because Matt's just sweating.
Yeah, there's Zebu has gotten you guys in position. The communications hacking allows for a transmission to come through RA9. You can see that you are currently being hailed by the Saskatchewan.
Captain, we are being hailed by the Saskatchewan.
Put it through.
Of course.
By the what? RA9?
This is Treasure on screen.
You need to name more things, Bucky. That's funny.
More Canadian random weird names.
No.
So, you see Carter up on the screen again, sort of a bit frazzled. You can see he's got his own like alerts and stuff going off on the ship, and he says, "Hey there, bro.
That was a bold maneuver.
I thought you'd like that there, sir.
Are you ready to be countered?
I don't think you'll be countering anybody.
The maneuver's in set. Pincers in place.
Do you have a better solution?"
Cut comms. Can you get through to those Borean ships?
I don't believe so, Captain, but I can try.
Commanders, is there any other way that we can do this? We have to get word. We can't do this by ourselves. No scanners either, RA?
Scanners are only picking up the ships within a 3-kilometer radius around the ship, which in space is like nothing. That's very close.
Yeah. No readings of any allied vessels?
So there's the Borean ship, the Mother's Milk, and the Venetian ship, the Shayuk Splendor. Those are the only that are in range, as well as the Saskatchewan. From what you can tell, the Boreans have not made a move yet. They're all staying kind of stationary, watching all of this occur.
So with the pincer maneuver, so this is the thing, like we don't really have it, we don't know exactly really what it is. We're just kind of coming up with it right now. But is there some
As far as a pincer maneuver goes, what would normally happen is the ships would try and flank the one ship kind of coming around from both sides. So you'd get one coming up on the port, one coming up on the starboard.
Is there any way, so the pincer maneuver that we finished off, there's the two ships that did that and the third ship finished them. Is there any way that we can maneuver our vessel to sort of try and show the Borean ships to initiate the pincer maneuver?
Ooh. Give me a logic check plus your starship tactics.
Okay. I'm going to use a old man roll on this.
Okay. I love that
Reroll
that's a
this.
thing.
It's
I feel like
once per day.
that's just the way that I roll dice.
It's just the old man.
I just make a roll one every time I roll the dice.
I'll take the first.
Okay. A
It's
23.
called the fifth, Bobby.
Isn't it just the ones you reroll, not the whole thing?
No, you reroll the whole pool.
For old?
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure that's old.
I think did they change it? Because it used to be different.
I had the old in here.
You roll the dice pool twice, taking the higher result.
Oh, yeah, it must have been changed from what it originally was.
Okay, so 23 on a 76.
Yep.
So, there were some old forms of communication that were used in situations where communications were down, mainly based on lights.
Oh my god, can we go old school and do like an SOS and flash like Morse code? All right, do you know Morse code?
Yes.
Get in contact with those other 2 Borean ships to initiate a pincer maneuver pronto.
Very mediocrely, but yes, I'll try, Captain. Of
I
course.
have faith in you. You can do it.
Thank you.
Okay, so RA9, I would like you to make...
History?
Definitely not.
Cryptology?
Would that be Starship Tactics too? Would something like that be something to teach in that kind of course?
You got any
Like
kind of
foreboding or
stuff?
What I'd say is...
You're the worst. You made a science officer that collects spoons.
This would be a straight up... so you have tactics, RA9. I'd say tactics plus logic.
All right. It's
Tactics plus logic.
And it's great too. I didn't even know that. What the? Pew! No luck die.
26. RA9's been rolling like a boss. 26 on a 66. Yeah, so you start flashing lights at the Borean ships to try and communicate to them to flank this ship. What do you say in this communication, RA9?
I would say, we are being attacked and need support. How would I just goddamn follow our lead, please? Because I don't know how to like explain. And because Captain, what did you say specifically for me to say?
to get the 2 ships to initiate the pincer maneuver.
So role play it out. If you don't know how to explain this, ask the captain.
What would you like me to relay, Captain?
Tell the 2 ships to initiate the pincer maneuver. McQuaid, Beta 6. It'll be in their systems.
Of course, Captain.
Perfect.
Do just that.
Okay. The ships begin flashing a complicated series of lights out to the Borean ships. I would like... So you did a 26. Okay. We'll leave that as the roll. Okay. So you get a series of lights flashed back at you, RA9, that you quickly translate to mean is the delegation safe?
Can I? I'll need it.
Captain, they wish to know if the delegations are safe.
They'll be perfectly fine. They have my word.
Yes, they are safe. No harm has come upon them, and it shall remain so.
Okay.
Do I need to roll again, or are we going with the...
So you can't see basically what's going on with the Borean ships. How are you reacting, Captain McQuaid?
The second that... So, RA said that they've initiated the maneuver. Did you confirm that... RA, have they confirmed that they're going to initiate the maneuver?
They have not confirmed, Captain.
We need confirmation.
I'll send out another
So what I'd like RA9 is to give me a charisma plus diplomacy.
I'm gonna lend you 1 luck die too.
I'm out of. I don't think I can use luck dice.
Can you use a fellow person's luck? Or
You can
just
use
use
luck dice.
tree?
You can't use psi.
So that's all right. Yeah. All right. Plus 1 luck. Bam. Boop.
31 with the exploding luck die. Okay. You get a sort of confirmation from the Boreans that say moving into position 5 seconds.
They're moving into position in 5 seconds, Captain.
Perfect. Zebu, initiate the maneuver in 5 seconds, but do not engage.
Yes, Captain.
Perfect. So basically the maneuver is the pincer. So you said that the third ship sacrificed themselves to win, basically?
Yeah, basically what the third ship did was draw the fire while the 2 ships came in on the pincer. So it just rushed straight at the
third
other ship. Yep.
All right. Okay. So okay.
Do I know what the pincer maneuver is?
Absolutely. That's a basic kind of maneuver. I won't even make a roll for it.
Captain.
Yes.
So I know that we're the sacrifice, yeah, the one that's going to draw the fire.
Yeah, that's the position that we're in. It's a bluff.
With our shields so low, Captain.
Trust me, this is going to work.
Marinson.
Namaste, Neil.
Yeah. No.
You hear
I need
engineers
full-
like screaming in the background. All right, check that manifold.
I'm on fire!
Just
Put him out.
Just pee on it. Just pee on him.
Yeah, pee on him.
I'm still covered in shit from earlier! It's burning twice as bright!
It smells a bit in here, Neil. What's happening?
I need full power to front shields. Now.
Commander,
Okay.
ask him if he can. Jimmy,
Namaste, Captain.
fake an FTL spool if you can.
I can do that.
Captain, I
Yes, Zebu.
have the capability to do a short warp maneuver, sir.
Initiate the maneuver, but do not follow through. Just keep the engines charged. All right, open lines to the Saskatchewan.
Yes, Captain.
You see Carter coming back on the screen, and he says, "Oh, hey there,
Not
bro."
now, Carter. Check your scanners. It's over. After what you did to Mom and Dad, you better fucking run right now, or so help me God, we're both dead. Boop boop. Hold.
Captain.
All right, put the Saskatchewan on visual.
Yes, Captain.
So you see the Saskatchewan turn towards your ship. Explosions going off behind them. You can see several Venetian ships explode.
Does it look like they're actually shooting, or does it seem like this
The
worked?
Saskatchewan is not firing. They haven't, as far as you can tell, they haven't fired a shot.
It seemed to be stalling, Neil.
Captain, I'm not really let's have a fight in space thing. What should we do?
All right, open another channel. Audio only.
So, we switch scenes. Lieutenant Junior Grade 2D. Are you in the med bay? Are you there right now, or did you go somewhere else on the ship?
No, I've fully attended to all patients. I imagine there's plenty of things.
Okay.
Stitches, lacerations,
What I'd like is for you to please roll me a Logic plus your medicine.
Okay. Just gonna go ahead and throw a luck die in there. Thanks. Come in.
Okay, do you still have luck die?
If this is next day, I
Yeah,
should.
this
I
is
just
the
haven't
next
put my
day.
pool back in. Yeah.
Okay. So, 24 on a 66. Roll me a 1d6, please.
Yes, sir.
Ouch. So, you've lost 5 patients so far. But the sick bay is overloaded. People are just constantly being brought in right now. The doors are just open, close, open, close, open, close, to the point where people are getting propped up against the wall. Bad burn injuries, smoke inhalation, stuff like that. You're sort of located near the center of the ship to maximize as many locations that you can reach as possible. And it's overwhelming. You've done a really good job. You've saved many, many lives, but you've lost at least 5 people so far. It's been brutal. You've been getting a lot of reports across the ship. The people that were located in the very aft sections of decks 2, 3, and 5 were vented into space. Please roll me 2d6. Okay, so a further 6 people were vented into space from the attack on the initial portions of that attack. You've been saving as many as you can. I think what I'd like for you to do is I would like you to determine, let's say you've got 3 medical teams that are out dispatched, trying to help as many people as possible. With the amount of personnel that you have, let me just check how many personnel you've got, because I think you've got a decent amount. Sick bay, 20. Yeah, so you've got 20 staff, basically. You've definitely left some in here, so you probably have a total of 5 people that have been left in here, my guess. Unless you think there'd be more. Figure 5 people per team.
Okay.
How many people did you leave? Just 1 team in here?
Yeah, 1 team in here.
And 3 out.
Yeah, 3 are out. Some are suiting and some are transporting patients back and forth.
Okay. So
I think I'm also going to offer up my own quarters for stuff like smaller, like lower level injuries, like basic braces and stuff like that, as opposed to actual like things that I need to operate on and use that kind of space for.
Okay.
So we're not crowding the whole bay with people who are just like, I knocked my head. So.
Okay. So you've sent out 3 teams. 1 is transporting people back to the sick bay as quickly as possible. The other 2 are trying to do any sort of emergency procedures out and about. And I think that Petal is leading one of the teams, as well as Stephen Rochambeau.
Yep.
So those are the 2 teams that are doing emergency procedures. Steven contacts you and says, Lieutenant Junior Grade Tootie, we've got fire down here. There are several people trapped.
Okay, hold on a minute, Steven. She's like wiping blood off her face while she's working. Boop, boop. Officer Weiler?
Yes, Lieutenant Junior Grade Tootie.
I'm getting a report where there is a fire that has broken out on the ship. I think maybe deck. He didn't tell me what deck. Hang on. Ooh, Steven, which deck are you on?
Deck 3.
Ooh, Weiler, it's on deck 3.
Located by the turbo lift.
By the turbo lift. Apparently there are some individuals who are trapped my med team's close enough to handle anybody that has any injuries.
I
but
will
don't
dispatch a
think
team immediately.
Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and send a report over to Commander Beige about reported deaths and high numbers of
Casualties.
patients.
Yeah. Commander Bays, you received a report. Basically, it's currently known that 11 crew members so far have been confirmed dead. There are many more injured. Still reports are coming in from Lieutenant Junior Grade Tootie. From what you can tell, it's at least 20 to 30 crew members that have been injured.
Okay.
Captain, I am receiving reports. We have many injured.
There's a fire basically that's erupted on deck 3, and it appears that the fire suppression systems are currently out in that area of the ship.
Deck 3 is currently on fire. Fire suppression measures are not working. There is a security team that has been sent down to try and free and fight the fire.
Well, I'm sure we have our best on it. Keep me posted.
Heavy casualties, Captain.
It's unfortunate, but we'll have to deal with that later. We can't let our feelings take over right now.
It's Captain.
Okay, so you guys are currently lined up for the maneuver. Zebu says, Captain.
On my mark, Zebu. RA, open channels. Brother, this is your last chance. Lower shields, give up, and let's talk this out like family. And I'm going to use the fearful exploit.
Sure.
Fearful. I'll drop that. Yeah, I just want to instill some uncomfort and discomfort into him. So that's it there. It's basically a charisma versus mental defense check.
Sure. So yeah, it's a charisma plus your intimidation.
I don't have intimidation, so it'll be straight charisma, but I am going to blow all of my luck die on this.
Okie doke.
So I'm going to 0 dice pool modifier. Okay, weird that it didn't roll my luck, but I'll just add that right here. It's exclamation does the explode,
Exclamation
right?
does the explode, yes. Unfortunately, Carter is going to use his luck die to nullify yours.
Okay.
So, 16 versus Carter's die. He's rolling the same amount of dice.
That's a low roll, so...
You got a 16 on a
16.
46. He says, Hey, whoa there, bro. No need to get so serious. And he says, After all, that was just a love tap.
Drop shields, Carter. I'll beam you over and we'll talk this out. Like old times.
I think like old times there, bro. I think I'm going to go ahead and take option C. Option C, between the two of you, you get this kind of quick flash. Option C was always Carter's way of kicking somebody in the nuts and running. You see his FTL spool up.
Oh dear. So we're watching this on the visual screens, right?
Yep.
Is this like a 100-inch, like 1900p, like 1900p? That would be really low. Like
That'd be super low.
17,000K.
Yeah.
Like so crazy.
Yeah, it's the full-on display, and it's a thing where your jaw goes slack. You see the Boreans start to come in on display as the Saskatchewan spools up the FTL and warps away.
And just jumps.
Yes.
The second that the jump happens. Alright.
Yes, Captain.
Do we have our systems back?
Communications are fully open.
Communications are bad, Captain.
There's like 10,000 messages that start to come through, like you're just getting like this list that starts piling up, like all up on your screen. RA9. You can see that the Boreans are the Boreans are hailing you. You can see that the Venetians, the Venetians are hailing you, and you can see that there are basically that the Venetians are still in conflict with one another.
Okay, so now Vendelier is an ally. The Venetians are allies to the Alliance of Solar System organizations, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm assuming that we have some satellites or some relay beacons that are like Alliance military in Vendelier's system, right?
Yes.
All right, send word to the fleet. Get here now.
Yes, Captain. Get here now.
Okay, so you
We're under attack. Get here now. Yeah.
Okay.
Mayday.
Sure.
Mayday.
RA9, please make a straight up we'll say diplomacy plus your charisma, and you have been ordered, so you get an extra die.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yikes! There go the good rolls. A 12 on a 5d6. Okay. I think you get an immediate response back that says, message received. A 12 is enough for an emergency notification. The relay basically comes back with communication from communications officer. It's essentially it's a text message only, and it just comes back. Ships en route. Closest ships available. Currently, there are 3 ships on the way. You guys are far from. I mean, the Alliance space is sort of an elongated ellipse.
3 ships are on the way, Captain.
Perfect.
Arrival time is estimated to be like a few hours. So the conflict is still going on. It's at this point, Diplomat Medrin, where you have basically been harassed to the point of almost getting tackled by Bagarin. He says,
I demand to speak to your captain immediately.
He's gotten like super close to you at this point. Florp has tried to like step up.
Yeah, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry, but you need to take a step back from the crew member, please, sir.
I'll walk up to anyone that dares give me shite.
I'm not familiar with shite, but I assure you I'm not.
Oh, you're not familiar? You've been spewing it ever since you opened your mouth.
Well, let me just check with the captain once again for an update, and I'll get right back to you.
I want to speak to the captain right away.
I will let
You're
him know
effectively holding me hostage here.
I will tell him you said precisely that. If you'll excuse me, and I like hit the door button and go outside and hit it again. Like the log
Like-
yeah. Captain, come in, please.
Yes, this is Captain McQuaid.
I have a quite furious Borean on my hands. He believes that he is practically being held hostage, and he wishes to speak with the captain right away. That's all. That's all I have. I was getting rather uncomfortable. He was in my face, shouting about something called shite, and all sorts of things of that nature.
Mr. Medrin,
Yes.
please tell our Borean delegate that I will be with him in just a moment.
Ah, that's ideal, Captain. I hope the situation is resolved and we can all get on with diplomacy.
Perfect. I'm on the way. McQuaid out. Dude.
I just pushed the communications into the room from the outside. Hello, dear friends. The captain will be speaking with you shortly.
Oi! Where'd you go? You running? What kind of diplomat is you?
But one who needs a bit of a breeze, you see, when you're getting angry and it's getting quite hot, and I'm afraid that I'm going to sweat through my silks.
Sweat through your... Give me the captain right now.
He's on his way.
Which button do I have to push?
Sir, if you could please back up from the door, sir. I need to make sure that you're secure, sir.
Get out of my way, you damn big frog.
Sir, there's no reason for racial slurs, sir. If you could please just back up from the door, please, sir. I don't want to have to get violent.
Violent? Violent? You don't know nothing about no violence.
Oh my god, shoot him. Do it.
Sir, I'm afraid that I'll have to, insist that you move away from the door, please, sir.
Or what? What will you...
You just hear this, like, sound from the communications device.
Oh. I go to the side of the door and push the door open button and then look in. Is everything okay in here? I had some sort of guttural distress.
So you see, like, Florp standing over the body of Bagarin. Bagarin's on his back, like, looking up. What just happened? And you see Florp in this, like, Bruce Lee stance.
The captain is on his way. I close the door again.
Well, you seem to have everything under control.
Yep.
What the fuck just happened?
How long do I get there? Like not long after.
So I think you see Diplomat Medrin outside the door. He's making the Zagadicus face, the Pavarotti face.
Captain, it's just as well you're here. There appeared to be some sort of altercation inside. I removed myself from the situation. It was getting quite heated.
You're a diplomat, goddammit. Those are your situations. You're
Right,
supposed to be able to handle that.
Yes, but there's 4 people with guns in there, and none of them seem
You
quite...
are the most diplomatic person aboard this vessel. If I can't trust you with it, I'll find another diplomat who can. Open that door.
Very well.
Oh my god. Crewman, get out of here right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My honorable Borean friends, and I'm like looking at the 2 ones there that aren't knocked out, probably cowering in the corner of this just after their leader just got knocked the fuck out.
He's awake. They're like picking him back up. They've got like one pistol, Borean. It's all shot. It looks like a rectangle that they're holding. Like it just has like a hole in it for a finger. They're like pointing it at Florp. And he said,
I'm sorry, sir. I was forced into protecting myself, sir.
We'll deal with this later. Just please go and get someone to replace yourself.
Yes, sir.
He just like marches off.
Should I message to the Boreans that the delegates are safe and well and unharmed?
I haven't been thrown like that since my ex-wife.
Beige, you can delay that.
Yes, Captain.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
We can get our medical staff
What
in here right away.
the bloody hell is going on? Why is the ship a rocking?
McQuaid to Tootie.
Yes, Captain.
can you come to the meeting room right away? One of the Borean delegates took a little tumble.
I'm fine. I don't need no one.
We just want to make sure that you're safe. You can turn it down if you require, but I would just like the medical staff here just to be sure, just in case nothing comes up. But the situation, yes, no, we were not fired upon by either Venetians or Boreans. A ship dropped out of stealth and began firing upon us. Actually, no. Let me correct myself. There were a sect of Venetians firing upon us as well, but they also fired upon the Venetians, so I'm assuming there's some sort of civil war that has begun to take place. I cannot fill you in any more details than that. Communication is no longer jammed, so if you wish to return to your ship and...
Civil war over a few bloody credits?
It's what it seems to be. Dora.
Captain.
So you get an affirmative, yeah?
You want me to
Yes,
come
Ruby.
on?
Sorry, you just left the comms open. I don't know
I'm
if I was
so
supposed to
sorry.
hear all that information. Do you want me to come down there?
Please do. If anything, just to check my blood
okay.
pressure, because
Thank
I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's a lot of information. Okay, I'll come down there. Bye.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I do apologize for the situation, but we were open fire upon. If you wish to remain on board, I understand, because I don't feel it's safe to drop our shields right now while there's so much fire taking place. You are safe on board the vessel, but you can obviously open up communications and discuss with your own what you choose to do. We have full logs of all of the battle if you wish to review them. Dora, is there still fighting going on?
Yeah, Dora says, basically, I think that you would say, unknown. Scanners are currently operating at approximately 5% of their capabilities.
The scanners are still down.
Are the
Mr. Bigglewick
firing at the other Venetians?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Can we still see the Venetians firing on the other Venetians?
Yes.
Okay.
And Diplomat Medrin, where are you headed?
And I was staying there once
Okay.
the captain showed up. Yeah, I'm definitely still there. Standing there by the captain.
McQuaid to Marinson.
Namaste, Captain.
Yes, Mr. Marinson. What are
Yes.
the status on the shields and our scanner systems?
Well,
You can
It's
go
all
ahead and give me a logic plus your engineering.
yeah, it's probably all gonna take a little while, but ooh, a crit.
Okay, that's a 26 on a 76. Which system will you like to bring partially online? Scanners or weapons?
Scanners, because without them you can't scan to see where your weapons go.
Okay. So, as of the captain contacting you, you have gotten scanners up to, let's see, roll me a flat 2d6.
Six.
Okay. You've gotten scanners up to about 50%.
Scanners are up about half of what they normally are. We got everybody working on everything. As soon as we get a chance, we can get physical right down where the explosion happened or whatever.
Perfect. That might just be enough. Thank you, Mr. Marinson. McQuaid out. Dude.
Peace.
I'd like to message comms the security team.
Okay.
Commander Beige to security team on
Which-
deck.
Is it 313? The fire
Yeah,
one.
three was the one that was under attack. Security team that's been dispatched includes Jitator and Happy Fun Time.
Security team on deck 3. Come in.
Yeah. This is happy fun time. What's
You
up?
hear, you hear like a
Bro! He's like, stop, dude! Bro! Dude!
Oh, like a. Oh.
No, it's pretty serious though. People are dying in there.
Yeah, I know. Why do they send us out?
Please report.
There's fire, less fire, but fire.
Is it under control yet?
Yeah.
Right. And the people trapped within. Can we get them out? Do they need medical assistance?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it should be like you could probably come. The fire there's gone. So.
Right. Okay. I'll make sure there's a.
It's like medical. I don't know. We're just here to put out the fire. So.
And get the people trapped inside out.
Oh, that.
They totally forgot.
I thought that was medical. Oh,
so Jatator probably like does a face palm like I knew I forgot something.
Bro, it's like you go to get a drink and a sandwich, and then
you forget.
You come back with the drink,
and then you put the sandwich in the refrigerator. Oh.
I can just imagine the people like help.
Can we try and?
What I'd like for you both to do is to give me a.
Shit, new character. I don't have all character sheets though.
Oh, you don't?
No, no.
That's unfortunate.
Well then, okay.
That's unfortunate. You have Happy Fun Time. It's there.
Yeah. No, I just mean I don't have them up on screen. Never mind.
I have farming.
I would like you to roll me
React.
probably an agility check. I don't think you've got anything else that can help you here.
Yeah, no.
Agility is a 10 on a 3d6 from Happy Fun Time. Please give me an agility check, Jatator, plus perception.
Agility plus
Perception, yeah. 22. That's a nice roll on a 46 from Jatator. Okay, so, so Jatator, I think as Happy Fun Time is doing this, and you just now remember the fact that, oh yeah, you're supposed to help the people too. You can find a sort of path in between the areas that are still on fire to make it through to the collapsed area on the ship. And I'd say you go ahead and roll me a 2d6. If possible, you want these numbers to match.
Okay.
All right, on 3, are you ready?
No, this is purely from Jatator.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Happy Fun
two
Time. Your
ones coming
10 is not really doing much to help here.
Emotional. You can do it. Come on,
Okay.
man.
So, from what you figured out, there are 5 people missing. You find 3 of them.
Okay, I try and get them through the hole to Happy Fun Time.
Okay.
Oh, bro, there's like 5 people missing.
Wait, what?
I can't find them, bro.
Isn't that an elevator?
So you've essentially bring back like 3. They're hurt, but they're able to, I guess, move once you kind of clear some debris.
Do I have like a tricorder like to scan for people, like a
So as a tactical officer, you have a tactical kit. Gear. Tactical kit includes a military scanner. A military scanner will allow you to scan for, I think, some life signs. But let me just double check here. Yes, they find life forms. So what you can do is roll me a logic plus computers.
You want your data to roll logic. Okay.
You're the one that asked.
I don't have any computer stuff at all, so just logic. I will use both luck die in this.
Okay.
Oh.
That's a 10 from your logic score and an additional 2 luck die. So roll a 2d6 exclamation. Okay, an additional 6 for 16. You find that there is one life sign apparently underneath some rubble. There is also a dead body.
Whoa, bummer. Yo, happy fun time, bro!
Yeah!
Get in here, I need to lift this thing.
All right, dude. So wait, I see. Did he go down into the elevator shaft?
No, so it was near the lift where this happened.
Okay.
I would say that probably like part of the ceiling collapsed in. So there's like debris and shit that have been spilled out onto this floor. And you guys can see like up into the corridor, like right above. You can see that Jatator has gone over to some of the debris and is trying to move some out of the way.
Jatator's good at his job. Who knew? The only one on the ship.
I'll crawl in there. Yo, what's up?
Bro, you know we've been training with that big hammer.
Yeah, the poo. Yeah.
There's like some bro underneath there, bro.
Oh, bro.
We gotta get him out.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead and roll me strength checks.
Do we get a +1 for managing to make the grunt at the same time?
Sure, why not?
Dude, I didn't. Wait, what did
that
we
was
get?
a simul grunt.
Okay, do we get a +1?
You get an additional d6, both of you.
Oh, great. Okay.
Holy shit! I'm rolling really nice.
Wow,
It's mostly on your end.
a 20 on a 46 from Jatator and a 9 on a 3d6 from Happy Fun Time. So Happy Fun Time, you go to like lift your half of this debris and it just like slips out of your hands and just falls back to the ground. Jatator, on the other hand, lifts it up off the person. You can see that their arm kind of like flops out. They look like they're badly hurt.
What about, bro?
Yeah, bro. Come on.
Give me another strength check, please. Happy Fun Time. You get an additional 1d6.
Okay, there we go.
The bro aura.
Oh my god! Oh no! That's a 4 on a 3d6, a 2, a 1, and a 1.
I got no this much longer, bro.
Just move it to the side.
Yeah.
Happy Fun Time. You grab their arm. You try to pull them out. As you do, you can feel them go slack.
Did my roll kill? What? Did my roll kill them?
You killed them. 20.
Bro.
I'm like move it to the side and try and put it down. Did we get him, bro?
Nah, bro. He's dead, bro.
Oh, bro.
I've ripped my tactical vest while trying to like move this heavy bulkhead or whatever it was. I got a bit of bro chest showing.
There's a tribal tattoo beneath. It's horrible. It looks like every other tribal tattoo.
Oh, it's way too perfect.
And the points of the tribal aren't like a nice sharp point either. They're like rounded, and the lines are a bit.
It's like blotchy in spots where it's faded.
A lot of it just still haven't got colored in yet, so just like...
Okay.
Bro, first, nice tats, dude. Um,
Oh, thanks, bro.
yeah. Second,
Listen, Molly.
no way.
Yeah.
I'd
met
love
this
to
chick
go.
there.
Yeah.
It's
she
at
gave me
this
her-
it's at this point that Stephen Rochambeau comes rushing up. He says, "What's going on?"
Oh, hey, bro. Oh, we got injured, bro.
He just kind of shakes his head.
No, he was injured. He's
Yo, are you good with that? I think there's like 3 more people in here, bro.
You pulled 3 of them out earlier.
Oh, it was 5 altogether.
It was 5 altogether. And he says, the rest of my crew is looking after them. You guys, you need to get out of here. There's still too much smoke.
I mean, I'm fine, bro. You fine, bro?
yeah, I don't feel a thing.
I'm good. Okay, maybe.
We got stuff to do, so.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get this dude. You get that dude.
Yeah.
We'll get the dead people out.
I guess you would carry them and I would drag.
Have you just got 4 show muscles?
I guess so. I didn't realize how he was.
So, you guys basically leave the area. Reports start coming in, Captain McQuaid, from pretty much everything. Barrigan Bigglewick contacts his people, and you get various reports of what's going on. From the Venetians, from the Shayu Splendor, the Shayuk Splendor, you get information actually that that Fiyu Shumi, the representative from the Venetians, part of the 3 groups that was supposed to be sent over, has been killed.
Oh.
One of the seniority. Very big deal. The report also says that the conflict has erupted between the Shayuk tribe and the Dakhet tribe, as it appears that Dakhet Raikeki Hugh is responsible for the death. From the Boreans, you get information that the mining colony on Shoku all mining operations have been ceased, and it appears that the machinery that they use for the mining operations has all been destroyed. Barrigan Bigglewick is at a loss for words upon hearing the news. And from what you can tell, the Venetians have essentially exchanged fire, and it appears that there is currently a ceasefire amongst the Venetians.
Amongst the Venetians themselves, has been a ceasefire?
Yes.
When we find out there's been a ceasefire, Dora,
Affirmative response.
Scan for remaining Venetian ships.
so you get a breakdown from Dora, basically saying that 6 Venetian ships have been destroyed. Crews approximately numbering 500 to 700 people each.
Yeah. Does it seem, Dora, do one half of the ships have their shields raised, or are both groups, or are all shields raised?
All shields are currently active, Captain.
Okay, just a sec. Mr. Bigglewick.
He's sort of sitting there, stunned. He's
Mr.
like
Bigglewick.
he's like staring at a wall.
Yeah, I come over and just kind of like put my hand on his shoulder.
What do you want?
Your help.
My what?
I'm assuming you and your friends, the other delegates, well, we seem to be in a pretty difficult situation.
A difficult situation? Do you
put it
know
lightly.
that all mining operations are stopped on Shoku?
I do indeed, and all machinery has been destroyed. That is why we need your help.
Do you know what kind of economic collapse will happen?
Unfortunately, I do. But if we can dam that collapse, then that's what we should aim for. Do you not agree?
He looks at you and says,
What are you getting at?
Basically, if you help us, the Alliance, in smoothing over relations with the Venetians, that basically guarantees all future trade agreements will operate as smoothly as possible. If there's one time to get on the good pages with the Venetians that are remaining that would be willing to work with you and that signed the treaty with you 100 years ago, now's your time to really show where your alliances lie.
You can
This
see
is an economic opportunity.
You can see his mustache kind of wiggling. He looks at you with a stern brow. And he says,
Look here.
It's at this point that RA9 contacts you. RA9, you've received a communications from the Saskatchewan.
Captain, we've received a message from Saskatchewan.
Yes, what is it?
So you get the audio playing through your communicator. You can hear Carter's voice, and he says, "Looks like you didn't expect that move there, eh? Did you, bro?" Yeah, sorry about that one. A little sneaky there, but kick to the balls is always the best way to go, you know? Look, I hate to say it, but, you know, I got one up on you again there, bro. But a payday's a payday, you know? Maybe next time you can think a little quicker on your feet.
It's a one-way communication, yeah?
Yeah, it's a recording, basically, that you get.
Perfect.
Captain, what did he mean again?
That's to be frank, I don't even know if you have the clearance for it, Commander.
Okay.
It's not to be rude,
I can muscle up the paperwork.
We'll discuss about this later. I need to speak with the Admiral.
Yes, Captain.
You have the con. I need a few moments to get myself together.
Yes, Captain.
Thank you. I'll be in my quarters.
How shall we proceed with the Venetians that are currently in a fight?
Well,
there's
there
a
seems to be a standstill.
Yeah, there's a ceasefire
They
right now.
stopped it, they.
Yeah.
Just stay on engineering to get things fixed and keep our ship in a defensible position.
From which Venetians, Captain?
The Duckette.
Yes, Captain.
I'll be in my quarters. You have the con. And when I get back to my quarters, I close the door and I start crying. Yeah, I'm weeping.
And that's where we're going to end the session today.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I had to go for the obvious joke. I'm sorry.
Wow. Good job, everybody. Everyone's going to get 10 XP today.
Oh, sorry.
Why don't we go around the room? Let's do some shout-outs to wrap things up. Good session. Let's start off with Feechy Farksel bait.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. It's okay. Men can cry too, but they can't use face masks. It changes the DNA. It's crazy. If you want to learn more about science, come to my channel, twitch.tv/PeachyPixelate. I'm very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. You should definitely tune in if you like intelligence.
Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. Boom,
Speaking
boom,
of
ba-dum,
intelligence.
boom, boom, boom. Zagonicus.
Hey everybody, I'm Scoticus, and I played Theodore Medron and a little bit of Jimmy, dude, for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed. I will be doing some streaming next week on Tuesday. I will be doing a longer stream, and in the latter half of it, Aquinas and I think, are going to play some Overcooked 2 more because it's silly
It
and
was
fun.
really
So
funny.
much fun. It's so much fun.
It was quite
Yeah.
funny watching you guys scream at each other.
Or me just scream at Mac and Mac just screaming in general. It's fine. Yeah, and apart from that, I'll be playing various video games and talking about various things and hopefully hanging out with you wonderful people. Make sure you follow here on Table Story so you catch all my role playing, and yeah, check out the Table Story Patreon. Lots of good stuff. And yeah, depending on what you do, you and I might run into each other in some games or something. Who knows?
Thank you very much. Simply.
Hello, my name is Simply Jackson. This is my cat Petal. She's being very needy today. I played our medical officer Ribituti. I also play the Ogron on ship Bokur. And today was super crazy. I was like, oh, I just need popcorn over here. I'm just over here like, what's that? Okay, what's happening now? What? This is crazy. Now I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna stage funerals on ship. This is gonna be an emotional episode next time. I, outside of this show, am a variety broadcaster here on Twitch, but really my variety means Warframe Warcraft, so games that start with war. And I make art. I also needed a reference for an emote, and I turned on my monitor earlier. I want to show you guys. This is my reference from...
You can't see anything.
You can't see
It's,
it.
it's okay.
So that's me. If you want to see more derpy art or whatever, come on by. Thanks for being here, you guys. Thanks for watching and chit-chatting and whatnot.
Thank you, Simply. Pony.
Hi, I'm Pale, but you can call me Pony. Is that joke still funny? Does it work?
Sure
still.
it is. Sure.
Okay, thank you. I play a variety streamer here on Twitch with a big foothold in roleplay and like Ark and GTA. It's been a while now though, but I still say that. I played it.
Sorry, 9.
And the Happy Fun Time. I hope you liked it. This was a really. What?
The murderer.
What? Listen. It's have 2 1s. It could happen to anyone. Pixel. Didn't you get 3 1s last? Shut up.
Oh, when it mattered. No one thought his life was on the line.
Simply has actually gotten the lowest roll that I've ever seen. Based on the number of dice. She got 4 1s in like a 5 years.
Did she kill anyone?
I'm
Didn't
just
Brad
setting the
also
bar.
get 4 1s on Mondays?
What that was. I'll have to find the clip of it, but it was just.
It was like a 5 or 66 or something, and she got 4 ones.
And I think it was like the other one was like a 4 and a 2, so it wasn't like the other ones weren't like helpful by any means. So
yeah,
perfect.
But yeah, it was a blast today. It's really exciting stuff. I really liked it. Thank you. Hope you liked it too.
Thank you, Pony. Bobby.
What's up, guys? I'm Archie Bubba here on Twitch. Played Captain Braxton McQuaid primarily here today. This was an interesting episode. We got a little bit about Braxton's brother, Carter, and there's a whole bunch of darker backstory that I'm not going to get into yet. Maybe that'll come up next week. This is fun. Guys, follow everybody here. Thank you all so much for watching. This is amazing as always. Whack, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next Saturday.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm Wax Steven, and I am the GM of Doom. Thank you, as always, chat, for hanging out with us, being awesome, and lurking and talking, etc. Just hanging out. Thank you, chat, for being you. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to Bobby. Thank you, Pony. Thank you, Simply. Thank you, Zagonicus. Thank you, Peachy, for being awesome role players. I appreciate you. If you guys want to help support the show here, one of the best ways you can do that is to go and support Morris, our wonderful sponsor. And you can do that 2 ways. Heading on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/Morris, Morrus, and checking out his podcast at morris.podbean.com, where he talks about all things roleplay, and you might actually learn something if you go over there. Or you might just not learn anything and just listen to cool roleplay content, whatever floats your boat. But you can do that over there. Tomorrow we've got the Shill Show. That's happening tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. It will be a fiasco because we are playing Fiasco. It's going to be myself, Brad Wodo, Jay Brotato, and Vio. If you're unfamiliar with Fiasco, it's a combination role-playing game as well as a really strange sort of tabletop improv game. And I will say right now that the Patreon has a vote on it to determine our starting playset tomorrow, and the starting playset so far is looking like it's going to be Hollywood Wives. Yeah.
And what time is this?
This is at 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern. So that's 10 p.m. Euro time. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Peace out. You have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Good night, everybody.
Later, dudes.
Bye.